My bad. I was off of that. But guys, thank you very much for tuning in already. I do see 12 people already. Thank you. We have a great duo right here in the background. Like as soon as they got in, they saw each other, they're clicking. It was like, you know what? I don't want to stop it from. I need to bring it to your live so you can see what's going on. It's fun. It's gonna be crazy. Honestly, I don't think we're gonna be in control this time. Me and Cesar are gonna be looking at the comment section. We're gonna do our best to ask some questions, but I think they're gonna answer everything for us. Real quick, I'm gonna bring Cesar on. And while Caesar's here, I want to thank everybody for pushing, liking, subscribing. We've actually hit 1.2 million reach on the podcast. That's super awesome. Like, honestly, we've been back and forth. Like, wow, that just
16K followers on the page, on the Facebook page, and once again, we just started in April. So thank you everybody who's bringing people in, who's sharing out, and it allows us to make better content for you guys. But we do have two fantastic guests coming on. I'm ready to get to know them, see what's going on.
And the funny thing is, like, what's up, Thomas? What's up, Kyle? What's up, Peck? Immediately, as soon as one of the people entered, you can tell like her charisma is like, look, you'll see why. Look at her name.
Yeah,
Boss lady. She even
Boss
put her
lady.
real, like, it's the boss. We already know. If you know who she is, if you follow Ryan at all, and there's always the right hand man. It's not even that they're equal ground because she demands the same respect. The first time we had Ryan on, she got after me. Ever since then, I've been, I need to know my place and making sure I get the right wording. So it's been great. And we wanted to bring you a different aspect. We always bring the artists, but
Hi, Chris.
not the people behind, right? And speaking about that, Mandy, she's another personality here.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Oh yeah, of course. And just a quick shout out, real quick. If the stalker is here, like and subscribe to the page, please. Everything helps us out.
Mandy Stalker?
Who is a stalker? You have
Mandy
stalker,
has
Mandy?
like
Mandy has one.
Huh? Oh,
They steal her pictures and pages all the time, like all
Really?
the time.
That's not even the worst part. My parents got a ransom and like the cops had to get involved.
what?
Yeah.
A ransom, as in?
Yeah.
So you were
Jesus, dude.
kidnapped? You were kidnapped?
Yeah. Apparently, I was really at home in another state watching movies. I had no idea I'd been kidnapped.
So I'm assuming your
Poor
parents.
parents and the cops were being toyed with. Like they knew where my parents were. They were following my mom because she was so distraught. There was a woman in the background being tortured that sounded like me. Yeah,
I think I saw this show.
this is nuts.
You saw this show? He's
I
like,
think I
I'm
saw.
telling you now,
I think I
watched
saw
it.
this movie.
And it doesn't end well for her.
Oh,
Do they
wow.
ever? Do they ever?
Right?
Wow.
it's crazy.
Me,
I
my hot mess
crazy.
hair.
People
Wow.
are wild.
Boss lady and Ryan have moved into a new warehouse, and
We
look
have.
how pretty he is in the back.
It's gorgeous.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm on a really big, Mac, but let me see if I can at least turn it a little bit. So
Oh, it's so pretty.
there's me and Stanley in the back.
Oh, I
Gotta love him.
that. I love that.
I saw that Ryan's one of his speakers broke. Did any of yours break by any
Oh,
chance?
No, absolutely not.
She's like,
I don't
"No,
mind broke.
of course not. I'm not Ryan. I know how to take care of myself."
Ken's
Well-
like, I know how to pack.
It was funny. So I had just put them all together because we got these glass display cases that we had been messing with, and God help, we hate those. But we got these new glass display cases to put our statues in, and I had all of his statues out on the desk, and he was grabbing one of them and somehow managed to elbow his big Iceman, and it flew. And I turn around and I just see pieces, and I was like, "What the hell did you do?" He's like, it's okay. But I was like, but it's Iceman, and that's your favorite. So
Oh, sad day.
I know. So just in case everybody's wondering, because I have to say it really quick, Boss Lady, wrong side, this side. Boss Lady. So this shirt was made for me by Terry Fike, huge follower, loves Ryan. He's loved Ryan's work for we find out that new books have been put out because he will get them first before we do.
Oh.
So, which is sad. So he had these shirts made, and he calls Ryan little fella.
Aw.
And he had them made for us and gave them to us at Planet. So I thought I would do justice because everybody knows me in the comic world as boss lady because I don't take anybody's shit.
Yeah,
Why
That's
should
a
you,
fact.
right?
it's my favorite.
I don't think is it expect now that I'm kind of curious
Okay.
because of your guys' roles. Do you? I'm assuming you get a lot of that. Like, can I talk to Ryan? Or can I talk? You don't
Nope.
get anything at all,
Nope.
right?
Not usually because everybody knows, and Ryan has made it very clear, and I have from the beginning, that when it comes to certain things, I handle them. He does not. He doesn't know. If they message him, he's like, message Shannon. Don't do me. I don't know. Ask her.
I
So,
love that.
right?
Yeah.
All right, good. Well,
I,
good.
my goal is to ease his pain and stress so he draws more.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
That's what it should be.
I know. And then recently, Mandy was like, "Why would I be on the podcast?" But recently, you've been with Flip Charles with one of his
Hot
events, Hot Flips. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And how was that event for you?
Oh my gosh, it's one of my favorite things. I love working with them. They're like my family now. They're also my bodyguards because the last show I did in Rosemont, Illinois, I had to hide under a tarp.
Why?
Unfortunately, under the table due to a few interesting people who wouldn't leave the table all week.
Oh,
So they would just
Dude.
kind of
You need to have me
Meander.
there. It'll be fine.
Right? That's what I said. And they're like, just go hide under the tarp. And I literally, there's pictures of me hiding underneath the tarp under the table.
wow. So they just hang out around the table, just hang out and hang out.
Yeah, this particular show was my first, and alcohol was allowed, and people were very blitzed. Like they were just on one. I dealt with all kinds of, but most shows are not like that, thank goodness. And other than a few wild ones, but I need Shannon around me. I'm like, she's my favorite.
Well, when you have
love
creeps,
it.
when you have creeps and you add booze to creeps, it's
Right.
like times 25, right?
For me, it's the hot breath when they get in my face.
You're not allowed that close to me without my hand being like, okay,
My
you're in my
God.
bubble. Like, back the fuck off. You're in my
I
bubble.
did that, and someone actually grabbed my hand over the table and let go of me.
Oh, I would have flipped him.
It was aggressive.
I would have flipped him. Okay, so Albert's on. So I just wanted to say happy birthday to him live because it's his
happy birthday, Albert.
birthday.
Hey.
Happy birthday, Albert.
We love Albert.
Well, happy birthday.
Yeah, it's
Dan!
that's
It's
crazy.
dad joke Dan. He does all of the dad jokes. Like
I
all of
love it.
They're terrible.
I love terrible dad jokes, though.
They are.
I tried it last time and it didn't work.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
what's
didn't
Cesar?
work. No, it didn't work. Yeah, Dale's dad jokes are
Two didn't hit, but one did. So I mean, I'll take that any day.
1 out of 3.
I mean,
guys.
all this. Stay away from these guys.
So
Well,
speaking
I
of
mean, it's not like we're telling them, "Hey, come here."
So speaking of conventions, what have you guys noticed lately? Have you been noticing it's just more and more amped up? There's more people now. COVID's kind of lifted to the point, and now people are just flocking now to the things where it's getting a little like, wow, I don't remember it being this crowded before.
Part of it is because of, the whole SAG and everybody going on strike thing. So everybody is swarming the artists more as opposed to going to the actors and actresses and stuff.
Autographs,
So
correct?
that's a huge part of it.
Yeah.
Huh.
I saw that in San Diego. That was wild.
We didn't go, and that's like Ryan was like a hit or miss with that one. He was sad he didn't, and then he was kind of glad at the same time because it was such a shit show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. I heard that San Diego was different.
Yes.
So real quick, Dan is already with his jokes. What does Thor wear under his armor? Thunderwear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Oh
mean-
my God.
I've been reading. He's ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
He does them all the time. Like he'll come live with us on Whatnot just to tell dad jokes. When we're Facebook Live, he'll do it. It just cracks me up because I'm like, he brings in I mean, if you've ever watched Ryan and I live, We're entertaining.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Just a little. And he brings in all his little dad jokes, and I just laugh because you know it's him. Doesn't matter what name he's under, you just know it's him. It's always him.
Oh, we have everyone popping in. We got Brian here. All right. We got John. Jonathan's here.
I pushed that we were going to be on here.
Yeah, I saw that. I appreciate it.
So that is it is. We had a guy who did what was he the manager, voiceover manager? Is that what he was?
Jeremy Miller.
Yeah, and he brought up the whole thing about the strike that is affecting what an artist can do, what they can and cannot talk about, what they can sign and what they can't sign.
Yep.
You know, all these things that I never really actually thought about. I'm like, oh, you're right. They can't sign something Samwise Gamgee. They can't sign whatever. It's just, here's a picture of me in the 8th grade. I'll sign my name on it.
Yeah.
Right. And there you go. And it's like, that's true. So and the fact that Marvel did not show up at San Diego at all. Right.
So easy.
So it's yeah, okay. Yeah, I can see that.
Well, and somebody posted the other day, and I agree completely with that whole situation. It would have been easier and more cost efficient to just pay them more as opposed to stopping everything, because now they're losing.
I think I saw it was $500 million they've lost already. So I'm like, that's a lot. That's what, like 3 movies of theirs?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then there's terrible movies out there like The Flash. If you've seen it, I'm sorry if you like it, but hands down, worst movie I have seen.
It was terrible.
It was listen,
terrible.
the CGI.
I say W84 was worse than The Flash.
No.
I feel it's the thing is with W84, the only thing that was good was Wonder Woman. Other than that, it was
at least it was based on Wonder Woman. The Flash was more based on Batman and Superman than it was the Flash.
That's why I liked it. That's the only reason why, because of Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton is the only thing that made that movie.
Cage.
But it was called The Flash.
Yeah, I know.
Michael Keaton was supposed to be a cameo in the movie. He wasn't supposed to be like the second major role player in the movie.
I just can't get over the CGI. I can't. The CGI, I just.
And the CGI was god awful. Don't even get me started on that.
But if you think about it, though, this movie was supposed to be like, I don't think they're gonna cast him as Flash anymore, obviously. But they wanted to bring money. So the only way to bring money is not because of the Flash. They needed to bring in Michael Keaton
But they didn't even bring the money. It was the second worst rated movie of the year.
Hey, it's been a bad year too.
What's number 1?
That's
a good question. It was actually a Marvel movie. What just came out?
I mean, was it
the Blue? What the fuck is it called?
Blue Beetle.
Thank you.
But
right now, that was rated worse.
But Blue Beetle had the second worst opening than after WW80.
But the ratings were better than the
and
Flash.
They were rated the worst movie behind Flash by a couple 100,000.
Hey, don't worry.
I
got you, brother.
Yeah, people need to. Let's get the strike going, people. Let's end this thing so we can actually get some good stuff.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
Because it's getting pretty thin out there. How many times can I watch Frankie and Grace over and over again? You know, it's the thing is, and it's a good show, by the way.
I'm a Big Bang Theory girl.
You know what? Reruns is the love right now of everything, because nothing's good. Nothing's gonna be. Everything's being pushed back. 2024, 2025.
June is being pushed back. I wanted to watch that, but dang.
Well, I don't know if you guys heard, but last week on the podcast, I said I mentioned that the director of Flash now is saying that the bad CGI was on purpose, because that's how Flash sees the. I always forget the word. What's the word, Del? The Flash.
Because of his momentum.
He goes right, and the faces.
See, but that doesn't make any sense to me either, because even then it doesn't look that fake. Like, it looked like they threw a doll out of a window.
That's a cop out.
Yeah,
that is.
Think, Mandy?
If you're going that fast, you see like a duration of the atoms being split, as opposed to like a doll being thrown out of a window looking fakeish. Like,
wow. I tell people
not the Speed Force.
It looks like Speed Force. I could never remember that. It's almost like I said, they went through the first layer of CGI, and that's it. They forgot to go back and put in the other layers.
And
It's
edit it out. Yeah, no, they
So,
no. It was
okay, so one thing,
terrible.
the one thing they messed up totally, and I agree with a lot of people with this because I am so pissed about it, is that in the Flashpoint there's a time where he goes back in time, he talks to Thomas Wayne, the father, and he's supposed to give a letter to Bruce Wayne when he goes back to the regular his regular timeline, and that's like a big not big moment for Bruce because you're supposed to see like Bruce actually being a human being, not this hard ass he always is. He actually supposed to cry, and like they ruined that possibility, and then the possibility of making it's supposed to piggyback to another Batman movie. I think with Batman Forever or
I love Batman Forever.
I do too.
Really? Wait, hold the phone.
I do too.
Wait, hold. So Batman Forever is the Clooney with the nipples?
Batman
Am I right?
Forever. Yes, I think you're right.
Clooney's not in Batman Forever.
No.
Which is Batman Forever?
Hold on. Batman Forever is with Arnold Schwarzenegger, isn't it?
No, that's Batman and Robin.
So which was Batman Forever? Is that Val Kilmer?
Yes.
Yeah, I love him.
Oh,
I love that.
Of all the bad ones, Batman's, I think
Wait
he
a
was
minute.
been
Who
one of
was
the worst ones.
Who was the villain in Batman Forever?
The Riddler
Was it?
and Two-Face.
Oh, Two-Face.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are killing me. Maybe it's because I just recently watched all these.
Oh,
Yeah, I
there
haven't.
you go.
It's been a long time, but I love it.
I watched the Batman Forever, Batman. Like I watch all those all over again, like over and over and over. Because
I give you that.
Michelle Pfeiffer plays my favorite Catwoman.
She's mine too.
Well,
She's
I mean,
phenomenal.
Yes,
She is pretty badass. Did you
She's
guys
my
ever watch
favorite.
that? You guys ever watch that YouTube video of her with that whip?
Yeah, she does it in one scene. Just tap tap tap. Like
So
It's
there's
so impressive.
there's a YouTube video of being shot of her messing around with the whip, and it was her doing it. She knocked off all the heads of the mannequin. No stunt double. It was actually her. That's a
I even
Badass
love
bitch.
I love her more now. Like I
badass bitch. That's right.
Yes. And she still looks good. I mean, she's
Hold on, my husband's here.
And did you see that her outfit? She had to get vacuumed in. Like each
Oh.
outfit, they vacuum stuffed her in so it could be so skin tight. So each time that she after they did so many scenes, they had to cut it up, and they had to get a brand new outfit for her. What's up, bottom half of Ryan?
Look at that.
Hi, Ryan.
Hello,
Well, look,
boys.
she shows his face, and then that's it.
It's her show.
It's
their
my show.
This ain't about him.
Listen about it. That's right.
It's about me and Mandy.
And
It ain't
Mandy.
about him.
Other first takes.
So-
Exactly.
What else do you guys now? What do you guys? I'm going to ask you both of you, ladies. What else are you guys watching? What are you guys into?
Oh my god, I watch Big Bang Theory, Friends.
Mhm.
We're rewatching The Arrow right now. Ryan is, but I listen to it in the background noise. I love like my favorite background noise show is the Great British Baking Show. I watch it in the background. It just makes me happy. It's soothing. Like when I'm cooking or when I'm cleaning, that's what I do.
I watched the food truck race.
That was fun.
Ooh.
But the thing is, if I see something I like, I'll make it myself.
Yep.
Yeah.
So because obviously I'm culinary comics and I'm a chef and I'm a comic guy. So I always try these different things, and I mean that's probably why I'm fat. But it is enjoyable. I tried so many. Honestly, it was easier when I lived in North Dakota. It was easier to lose weight because the food was unseasoned, sick, whatever.
Oh,
Here
that's hard.
in Texas, now that Mandy's down here, food around there, right? It's different. You know what I mean? Everything
Mandy
is good.
froze.
Mandy froze right in the
Mandy
right,
froze like this.
right the right spot.
Mandy, you're frozen.
Oh, there you go.
I
There
was
she is.
frozen kid, like this.
It was a perfect pose.
But see, we have Kansas City barbecue. It's amazing.
I think the ribs are always been good over there.
Well, we have friends of ours do barbecue shows. So when we do Planet Con out here, and Mandy would know if she ever fucking came with Marat. The last few years,
He doesn't let me sometimes. I have to watch the dogs.
then he can stay home and watch him, and you can come.
Okay.
you
I like the way you think.
can come work with me. It'll be fine.
Okay.
But we do a barbecue where it's like invite only for people, and our friends cook, and it is like the hands down best barbecue you will ever have like ever have in the Midwest.
Murad did tell me about this.
Mm-hmm.
He said it was amazing.
Yeah.
And he's a hard critic.
We're gonna have to go podcast there then.
I know.
Hey, Mandy, how about you? What are you watching lately?
I love horror movies.
Mhm.
I'm a lunatic, basically.
Me too.
I fall asleep to them.
Oh, okay.
It's comforting for me.
All right.
But Murat and I just did a full marathon of all the Saw movies from the beginning.
Interesting.
Oh.
All right.
See, Ryan doesn't do horror, so I can't ever hardly watch them because he doesn't do horror movies.
Oh, we'll cuddle and watch horror movies next time.
Yay! Let's
Yeah.
do it. They can
Okay.
leave. We'll do that.
I actually got a TikTok. I saw that it gave you all the lineup for The Walking Dead, and I want to do it that way. Watch it from. So it's like I didn't even know this. There's these webisodes and there's this other stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
there's an order for it, everything, and now I want to do it now. I want to start from there. It's like 3 seasons of Fear the Walking Dead, and then it's a couple episodes, and then The Walking Dead for like 2 seasons. Like I didn't know all this was like chronology, whatever.
Yeah.
order.
In the order of it's awesome.
Well, I have a confession. Never seen Saw. Any
Really?
of them.
What?
I've
Never
only
seen
seen
it. Never.
one of
Or
them.
Hostel.
The
Well,
first Saw is the best one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The rest of them, it's just like with like Jason and Freddy.
It's like gore.
Repetitive, right?
Yeah.
Little-
It gets that way. Like
The first one is amazing.
I'm like rewatching all the Halloweens since the new ones are
Me
out.
too.
I love them.
Good.
My youngest wants to watch them because he wants to see if he can handle. I was like, okay, if we can like slowly get you. I said, if you can make it through the Rob Zombie one, you're fine.
Agreed. That one's tough.
You can make it through that one, you're good.
Shannon, do you also like Hostel and stuff like that?
I haven't watched Hostel. There's certain movies like that get me. So anything.
Same. Torture. That's
It's not the torture, it's the rape thing. That's the one thing that always gets me. So that's the one thing I can't
Yeah.
handle. Torture, fine. Like I've envisioned what I would do to people if they ever pissed me off that bad or had dreams.
Ryan's
Like, you know,
We all know. We all know.
you know.
He has
There's a
like
reason
drawings.
I don't mind. I don't do the hack and slash, but I do like suspense. So
Me too.
the Conjuring is one of my favorite. Stuff
Right.
like that where it's kind of like just
The thrill.
the thrill and spooky and kind of
I like creepy and ominous personally over gore.
Yeah, the gore's
That
not
would
too
be
much of a-
Ryan. He'll watch some, but he doesn't like the gory parts of it. Like the other day for fun, I put on 13 Ghosts.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's good.
I love that movie. It was on, and I was like,
I like
yeah,
the
let's watch
story
it.
behind it. It's real good.
I
Yeah.
love the concept of that
And
movie.
that's
I
the
do.
cool thing.
I
because
wish, like, if that's a movie that they redid, they could really kill nowadays.
They
I
should do
agree.
a Netflix series with 14 episodes, 13 of just
With
them, and then the final.
backstories?
Yes,
Ooh, that would be
exactly.
amazing.
Because that's
that
the cool
would be
thing
so
about-
if it happens, Del, you get credit for it.
Yeah.
We all heard it.
That's the cool thing about 13 Ghosts because each one of them does have that background story of how they
yeah.
became, right? And that's kind of cool. And what many people don't really also know is if whether you like Sucker Punch or not. I'm a Zack Snyder fan, so I like Sucker Punch. A lot of people did not. And if you watch Sucker Punch, there's things that they do in the movie. Well, there was this YouTube video that explained what each scene was prior to them being in it.
Oh.
So if you ever saw Sucker Punch as a part where they're on a train fighting robots and all that, well, there's a backstory of where that train's going. There's a backstory of why we have samurais with machine guns. There's a backstory of why there's a dragon and knights. So it's like if this was known beforehand, would it made the movie a lot more enjoyable for many other people? But
Maybe, but the idea of it was to keep you like going back and forth and
Kinda guessing,
and
right?
that it was all mind game type of thing. Like
Yeah.
I love Sucker Punch. But I love mind twisting games because I like
Me
to figure it
too.
out before it happens.
So
Yeah.
I've been rewatching Insidious, right? I just wanted to mention that I've been watching. I'm waiting for the last one so I can watch that one. But question I plan to. So, question for both of you: do you prefer a scary movie that's based on a true story or just straight up fiction?
Ooh, so based on a true story makes it like creepier knowing that it can actually happen or has happened. So the thrill of that makes it scarier to me as opposed to something fictional, because fictional I can come up with all day on my own.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with that.
There's something about what do people say? You shouldn't be scared of the dead. You should be scared of the living.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's true, because movies or TV shows that are based on true events, and yes, they embellish. It hits home more because it actually happened, right? There's like that actually that happened. That someone was murdered, or somebody was this, or somebody was that, and it's just people.
So once I find out if it's a real based on true events, I start Googling, start watching them on TikTok. I want to know the history of what happened, because I start going into like a rabbit hole, and then it goes me into other things, and then it introduces me to different movies. Now I gotta watch that. So it's always something to watch when it comes to like fictional. Okay, it's cool for me, but when it's based on a true story, it's more like I need to know the whole history behind it.
Yeah.
And did they make it through? Did they really die? How did they capture the killer? It is crazy. And then like there's these documentaries that are scarier than real movies because they show you the real people.
It's terrifying.
So what's the document? I won't watch it.
She won't watch it.
No, because it freaks me out. So it was, oh my God, why am I blanking on the name of him? He is a notorious murderer.
Oh,
Jeffrey Dahmer?
Jeffrey Dahmer, thank you.
There we go.
So everybody that I know who's watched that show has told me that if I don't like certain things, to not watch it yet, like to wait, because it even creeps people out that it's bad. He's going to torture, he's going to be cruel and mean, just from like what you learned out about in school and read in the papers and things he's openly admitted.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I can't bring myself to watch it yet. I can't do it. I don't know why. I just cannot.
Well, depending what genre of horror movies, it can be triggering. So that makes sense.
Well, yeah, it's just,
I watch a lot of supernatural ones because I grew up in an Amityville house. Like it was bad. And it was a 100-year-old Victorian first house built in the entire city. Like very creepy place. Everyone knew it was haunted, and we were the only out-of-towners moving into this tiny town. So I watched these supernatural movies, and I'm like, oh, validation. It's like therapy for me.
Yeah, I'm all about that.
I want to go to like Salem for Halloween and go check that out. It would be amazing.
I got to tell you, been there, done that for Halloween in Salem.
Yeah.
They turn that place. I mean, it's already about witches and stuff like that, but they turn it out. I mean, that town turns into like Halloween times 25 with a ghost tour every 2 minutes that goes around. You walk around, and you see the witch house, you see the old jailer.
Wow, I would
you see
love
the cemetery
that.
where they did the hanging. It's an interesting place, and it's during that time where it's beautiful. It's brisk, right? The colors are changing. It's cool. It's enough for a jacket and the hot chocolate as you're walking around.
My favorite time of year.
Yeah, black cats
there if you want to go.
It's awesome.
Let's go.
And it's very it's such a small town. That's the other thing.
Oh, Kate says she goes every year. It's awesome. I want to go.
Kate lives in Massachusetts. Actually,
my wife wants to go. So
well, that would explain it.
And we can report back.
We can report back.
But it's a cool place. Anyways, but I love anything ghost related. I've been studying.
Honestly, old Victorian stuff I avoid, knowing like the possibility of it being haunted is like 60%, I guess. And then honestly, if you were to see it, like there's a couple of times where you go to the Airbnbs at certain places and there's an old Victorian.
Yep.
Like no, I skip it over because I don't want to risk it. I've seen too many scary movies, and like
right.
I love that stuff though. Like I
do.
Well, I mean, I guess I don't know. Maybe you call me crazy. It's another whole loop though. Like I have if you go to those kinds of places, you have like a weird feeling that they're there, they're present, and then they'll make themselves known somehow. Like we went to dinner in Chicago when we were when we were with Clan, and then we went to the restaurant where she hung herself. And she really wanted everybody to leave because Lord knows we had this big, huge umbrella next to us that was up.
Yeah.
And the servers and everybody were all away. Nobody was by us. I was at the end of the table. And all of a sudden, it just like slams and the umbrella goes straight down. So I looked at everybody. I was like, well, that's our cue to leave. She really wants us to go now. She's pissed.
Yep.
She wants everybody out of her house.
There's the
I had
thing.
a weird moment there too. It was
There's
wild.
many people who don't believe in this at all, right? There's people who are like, I don't
course.
care. I'll sleep in a haunted house for whatever.
Yeah.
I'll sleep in the cemetery. I don't care because I don't believe in it.
I didn't either until
Fantastic.
it happened.
And that's my thing. I always tell people, you don't believe it until it happens to you. Then all of a sudden your mind changes completely, right?
Uh-huh. Exactly.
You know what kind of calmed it down a little bit? I know it's kind of fake. Some of it's fake. I think 80% of it's fake. But these ghost hunter shows,
Yeah.
it makes you like, I don't think that really happened. They make it more than what it seems. Oh, did y'all see that? It's just like, no, I don't see nothing there.
Yeah.
But it's like, maybe it's not true. But then if you actually go and experience it yourself, it's like, nah, never mind. They might be right. They be onto something.
Well, you freak yourself out, right? Your mind has a tendency to, like, if you're alone in a house that you don't know
For
and you hear a sound, you freak yourself out,
Yes.
right? You might, because especially now, if it's your own home, big deal. It's your own house. Oh, that's a water heater. That's a this or whatever. But if it's a house you've never been to, you're like,
I'd rather go to a ghost house or whatever haunted house and see all this gory stuff than go to any house that has those porcelain dolls hanged up. Because porcelain dolls and Chucky stuff always.
Yep.
Chucky movie has been scarier for me all my life.
It's not even the Chucky. Now it's the new ones that even get you. I cannot.
Megan.
See, I don't. The doll thing is creepy on
I
any
hate
level.
dolls.
Yes.
I've hated them since I was little. I had a porcelain doll and I accidentally broke its arm so it could leave my room.
Bro, they gave my daughter a porcelain doll when I was living in North Texas. And the first thing I did when I came back from work and she showed it to me, I grabbed it, I walked outside to trade it, and I yeeted it to the trash can. And I told her I was to buy her something else. But because they got it at a thrift store, like, no, you got it at a thrift store. Obviously, no.
That's even worse.
Like, exactly. Like, no. And she got mad at me, but like, I don't care. Like, you want a divorce? I'll sign the papers. No, I don't care. I'm not going to mess with a porcelain doll outside the house.
That movie doesn't end well either.
Exactly.
No.
These movies never do.
No.
My goodness.
The Ouija boards. Now, I knew people who play with Ouija boards.
Nope, I won't, because so there's a reason behind it, as weird as it sounds. So I have studied lots of different religions, and it's not because like I'm a crazy religious person. It's because I like the spirit, like the spiritual side of knowing that people have different beliefs and what brought that on.
Right.
And I like trying to understand them because I'm not going to place judgment on anybody. Well, I studied Wiccan and paganism for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody always automatically assumes that means witchcraft and dark and Satan. And I'm like, you're all idiots and you're all morons. I was like, Wiccan and paganism is derived from the moon, the stars, nature, earth. And it's where Christianity actually came from.
Exactly.
I laugh at people because I believe I have that weird thing because I studied for a long time and I've seen things happen and I've done things that we don't get into. And Ouija boards are not something I toy with lightly. I had a friend who brought one to work when I was a GM a couple years ago. And I looked at her and I was like, get it the fuck away from me.
Yep.
It's not allowed in this building while I'm in it. Like, go hide it in the freezer, like do something, make it go away.
It's very weird that they marketed Ouija boards by Parker Brothers as this. It's fun. It's fun to, hey, who do you, it's the most ridiculous thing because it is a very powerful thing that could open up a different portal and bring something in that you were not meaning to bring in.
Yeah.
It is no bueno, but you can go to Target, buy it for $12.99, and it's just the craziest thing.
That's insane.
Yeah, it is weird.
It's like opening your door at night and leaving it open all night long. Would you do that? Most people wouldn't.
Yeah.
So why would you do that? Whether you believe or not, I always like to say you don't have to believe in something for it to believe in you.
Yep.
So don't open a door that you can't close.
Yeah.
Might as well, like those people that do the seances, they don't know what they're doing. They read a couple of sentences and like, oh, we're gonna put these candles together, some salt, we're gonna be together, do that little, like, no, don't mess with stuff you don't know anything about. Like, just because you watch it on TikTok and it's a trending thing, don't do it. Like, that's dumb.
Yeah, you don't. You really don't. Whether, like you said, Mandy, whether you believe it or not, it will, and it does believe in you. So it's something you just don't want to fuck with, and you don't want to find out because it's not that easy to get rid of. Right?
Exactly.
You just don't open the door and go, "Hey, well, you mind?"
The consequences outweigh the curiousness, in my opinion.
I tell my kids that all the time. Like, every action has a reaction, whether you like it or not, whether you want to believe it or not. Every action has a reaction, no matter how big or small. Always has one.
And even if it doesn't affect you directly, it could affect somebody else that you care about.
Yep,
Exactly.
very much so.
The house the Amityville house that I grew up in, the dining room with the gorgeous chandelier and the crystal, everything, that was their seance room 100 years ago. Like, they opened doors that they never closed, and not one family's been able to stay in that house longer than
Ouija board, Roomba, Andrew, for real. Like, what's
right.
You'll never know what you can.
Imagine. I once knew a friend who they had a Ouija board that was made out of wood, like authentic, like everything was carved in.
Authentic. I like how you said it.
Authentic, as in old as shit.
Right.
It wasn't from Target. It wasn't from Target.
With human bone.
It was real blood.
Right. And no bueno, man. You know,
No.
it's and you don't burn it. Whatever you guys
No,
do,
don't burn it.
whatever you do,
No.
for those viewers out there, if you ever mess around with a Ouija board and you get freaked out, don't burn it.
Don't burn it.
Just let you know.
You don't burn them.
that's
That
the rule to
opens up
Cesar.
a whole new psycho level of problems.
So speaking of this, so now that we're getting into September, right? And believe it or not, next week is going to be already the.
I don't think nobody cares about September. Everybody's ready for October.
Well, I know, but what I'm trying to say is that next week is going to be already the mid-September, and it's the year's flying by. So now we're rolling into October, and my favorite time, and like many, is Halloween, right? Yeah. Now we're getting here. Now we're getting to the spooky and the changing of the leaves, the dropping of the temperature, hopefully for some of you guys.
Oh, I hope so.
And the dressing up and all that. What are we looking forward to in this Halloween? What do you guys? What's your deal?
As you were talking, Cesar, I can picture a brand new movie just going happening, like the leaves dropping and you can see the road, and then all of a sudden you see somebody walking and stuff like that. That's a new scary movie. We can just picture that. That's what I'm picturing right now. But
so,
I think
when you say that, it makes me think of here. Like, in the morning, we get like a thick layer of fog that comes through as all the trees are like rainbow of colors when we're walking the dogs, and it's like just barely hitting light, and it's stunning. I love it. I love the fall. I love the clothes. I love the colors. I love the time of year.
Speaking of going back to movies, one of my other favorite movies is The Others with Nicole Kidman.
I too.
Oh,
I love that.
Exo Magic.
You know, because there's something about the fog. Something about that fog that you mentioned, Shannon, is just something just so cool.
Yes.
Just cool. That just
well,
We
talking
have
about
a
movies.
lake. We have a we have a lake.
Even better.
There's a house that's like, after you come out of our main street, there's a house next to us that has this like massive, I'm gonna say like their own pond / lake.
Wow.
And when the fog is just covered over it, it just looks so awesome. It's eerie, but it's great.
I
So
love that.
I have a question, but what are your thoughts on pumpkin spice?
Okay, I got one on the day it came out. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm that girl. If you say basic, I will punch you. So you've been warned.
I'm
a
waiting
pumpkin
for.
spice latte girl, hands down. Love.
I haven't had
bread.
one yet. It's still been like 100 and hell degrees here. So,
Oh yeah.
Here too, but I had to do it on the first day.
but I feel like
Had to.
they're gonna come out with like a pumpkin spice White Claw, and then that's as basic as White gets. Like,
I don't drink that shit.
I know.
I got standards.
I do. I don't like any. I'm a whiskey girl,
yeah.
neat, or I'm a red wine girl. I don't do seltzers and all that crap. I can't. It drives me nuts. The sugar gives me headaches. I just don't like it. It's not my thing.
Whiskey makes me fight people naked, so I really don't recommend that for me.
Tequila. That's me and tequila.
Yeah.
Me and tequila.
Like the pants come off for some reason. Like, that's necessary
Because
to
you don't like
fight.
to wear them.
what about the fog?
Ryan Mandy.
Oh man,
Ryan's yelling at you.
Ooh, moonshine. I love dessert moonshine.
Is that the one that
We
tastes
have
like
so many different
pumpkin and
moonshine's.
stuff
I hear
like
it's
that?
insane.
Oh, that sounds
Like
good.
pumpkin pie? Don't they have like an apple pie moonshine or some goofy?
Yeah, it's delicious.
We do.
It's
Not that I would know anything about it.
no.
There's my wife gets this moonshine with a not pumpkin, pineapple slices in them, and she just eats the pineapple and she gets drunk just with that. And she gave it to me. It does taste good.
It does.
That's a great tropical afternoon.
Oh,
It would go great with my aloha chicken that I made tonight for dinner over
That's
rice.
Aloha
good,
chicken.
apple pie
Shannon.
moonshine.
I love
That's
chicken.
Where's y'all drinking right now? What were you drinking, Shannon? And what were you drinking, Mandy?
I was drinking Oaks Eden whiskey neat, but
Ooh.
this is water in one of my mini studded Starbucks cups. It's cucumber lime water.
So I found this amazing 9-time distilled in charcoal Ukrainian vodka. So it is like the smoothest stuff I've ever had. And then I just mixed it in some Snapple apple.
Ooh.
Snapple apple.
Yes.
You're in
Snapple
Austin, right?
Yeah.
I know Austin is a great area with a lot of drinking bars around you in that area. I know for a fact. Austin.
We have great cocktails here.
That's a fact.
I don't drink a lot, but when I've gone out for dinner and stuff, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the best drink I've ever had. And then I go to the next restaurant. This is the best drink I've ever had.
Right.
I've been in the industry, like I was in the industry far too long for me to do that. Like,
Yeah, I
I
get
can
that.
make all those.
Ooh, even better.
Even better.
28 years of bartending experience under my belt. Pretty sure I can handle it. Just a little.
So my other question was going to be, there's a movie coming out in October, Nun 2. Have
Oh
y'all
my
seen that?
God, I want to see
I
it.
never saw the first one.
No?
Watch it.
Was it good?
The
I don't know.
Second one looks just.
It looks 10 times worse. Like worse and scarier. Like worse meaning the best.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming the nun one left it in a cliffhanger for them to be a second one.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's more of a prequel, isn't it?
I think
Because there's also doing a prequel to The Exorcist.
I know. I'm not really thrilled that they're doing
I'm not either. I don't think that's a good.
A
Good.
prequel
I'm not
to The
watching that.
Exorcist.
So the original people that played in the original Exorcist, some of them are going to be in that movie as well.
Yeah.
Funny story about The Exorcist. When I was younger, that movie scared the living shit out of me. When I
Yes.
saw it as an adult, when they re-released it in the theater, when I went out and I saw it again, I was bored out of my mind. And it's kind of funny. I'm like, this is what I was scared of when I was young.
Isn't
But of
that
course,
interesting?
it is. When you get older, you're like, oh,
Look
wow,
at like
this is-
Freddy and Jason and how.
But
like,
they're going to space now. I don't want to take them serious anymore.
oh my God, I know,
Let's
right?
go into
Like,
space
they're
this
taking
time.
it to a
I
whole new
can't.
level.
who's going to space
Whole
this time?
level.
I thought
I'm
Freddy
just
already
saying-
went to
I'm
space.
Halloween got
Jason.
gorier, which is disappointing because he was never a big gory person. He always like Michael Myers was like, I'm gonna stab you and it's done.
What,
He
did-
was like the best creeper.
I know,
Like,
I
he
love
just
it.
popped out of a freaking hedge.
And you were dead. It's fine.
Yeah.
he was the
You had
best
no
creature.
chance with that wire hanger.
But I don't think I saw the Rob Zombie remake. Did he make it gory?
Rob Zombie, yes.
Yeah,
He-
his stuff is gory. His stuff is scary though. It's like so real.
God.
What's the last thing he's done?
Oh
You guys know?
No.
no.
But
I'm
we about to find out.
Yeah, Google. I was gonna say, let's Google it.
To the
got
machine, as I call it, to the machine. Because I always wondered, because I know he did what is it, Life of a Thousand Corpses, or what is it, the
House of
Oh,
a Thousand
yeah.
House of a
Corpses.
Thousand Corpses?
That
he did,
shit is fucking just wrong.
he did
I agree.
the Devil's Rejects as well, right?
Yeah,
Um,
his stuff is so
He
gritty.
did the Munsters.
oh, he did the
That's right.
Monsters.
2022, the
Good.
Munsters.
I couldn't-
Yeah,
I
but
couldn't-
he's amazing. Rob Zombie is like
Yeah.
So
It's
we ask these random questions, people that like questions that people hate. But what are y'all thoughts on him always casting his wife in every movie? Is that a good thing, or is she a good actress? Honestly, I haven't really paid attention so much. But what are y'all thoughts on that?
I think he's at a level where he doesn't care.
I mean, yeah, he's kind of been there. Like, he's never been the one to care about the approval of what people thought,
Yeah.
and more on he's gonna do what he wants, and that's kind of, if you don't like it, don't fucking watch it. If you do, then there you go, enjoy.
Yeah, he said, "I don't give a shit what you think," kind of guy.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, and why not?
Yeah.
To be honest, none of us should give a shit what people think about.
Oh,
anything.
yeah.
Well, you would think that, but nowadays everybody is too overly sensitive with a fucking twist in their panties and a stick up their ass that they can't take anything
Yeah.
jokingly or mildly. It's all serious or offensive. And you know how hard it is for me to keep quiet sometimes?
Oh, it's rough
Oh,
out there.
That's rough out there.
God.
My
Yep.
face says what I'm thinking, so I don't even have to say it, and my face gets me in trouble.
I know Ryan tells me I have to control mine. He's like, babe, you need to. I was like, dude, there's only so many things I can do. If I can't talk, I can't control. It's got its own reaction. Like,
And here you can say whatever you want. So
I
you
like
can-
Yeah, and this is the funny thing is that
real quick,
we,
Dan. Bye, Dad.
yeah, we don't discriminate. You can say whatever you want. The thing is that how funny how we live. Listen, there's TV shows of the past that no way in hell they could be remade now. Could you make Airplane now?
No, and it's
Could you-
epic. It's
Could you make Blazing Saddles now? Hell to the no.
no.
Okay. There's
Major League?
certain you could get it with Major League, sure.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Major League? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I
But
watched that the other day.
it's pretty
I like
but
those
stuff
movies.
like Airplane where they make fun of everything and everyone.
everything.
They do
Oh,
they do everything. And then
Oh, yeah.
Blazing Saddles, forget about it.
Right.
But there's certain things you just can't do now because I could just imagine. Okay, let's go back to the Seven Dwarfs thing that they're doing now, right?
Oh my God.
Oh
Okay.
yes,
You know what? I'm gonna
yes.
just no.
I heard they canceled it already because it was just like whatever. But how can you get 7 people my height as dwarves? Yes, I'm Mexican and we're
No,
short.
they're not doing that.
What?
They're making them fairy tale fucking creatures. They're not doing 7 dwarfs. They're redoing the whole thing.
There's only one
Regular
Making
people.
them like everything it's not. That's why people are so pissed off.
They're
regular-
putting
they're regular
dwarves out of work, and I don't like it.
pretty much.
They are. Actually, it's true. They really are.
It's called
They're not casting dwarfs.
Seven-
They're casting crap.
it's called Snow White and the Seven.
Like
Dwarfs.
I don't mind them making a brand new thing. That's cool. Make a brand new thing, but you cannot do a remake and expect it.
Exactly. I agree with you, Del. 100%.
But you know what? They're doing it with everything nowadays. Like they're casting everything different. And you know damn well if the roles were reversed that it would be fucking attacked on immediately. They're changing the way that they view things, look at things, create things. I'm like, if you're going to remake something into a live action, then do it right. Follow the story. And if you don't want to follow that story, go get the fucking Hans Andersen book and follow that story. But don't recast everything wrong because you feel like trying to revamp something because you have lost all your creativity in life. Like
The original Willy Wonka was fucked up. The book,
oh my God, yes.
it's out there, right?
Well,
So
yeah, Cinderella.
so when they did the Gene Wilder Willy Wonka, which now they're going to do another Wonka called
prequel.
No.
Wonka.
Yeah, you didn't see that
Yeah.
there's a prequel.
So it's a prequel of how Wonka became Wonka, right? And it's the kid from Dune, that Chauvet, whatever the kid's name is. I
But
don't
they're not playing like the little guys are not. It's not even a
Oh,
dwarf.
and the Oompa Loompa
Oompa
is
Loompas, the little
Oompa
guys.
Loompa
There you
is played by
Hugh Grant.
And
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
they're making them small. Don't get me wrong, I mean, it's just tiny.
Yeah.
But either way, the Gene Wilder one was, if you watch it now, it's out there. right?
It's out there.
It's out there. It's goofy. It's that part where they go through the tunnel. It's like
It's a classic,
It's
though.
a trip. It's
Fucking
a trip.
great.
But the new one with Johnny Depp was also kind of weird.
I didn't watch
Um,
it. I refused to watch it because I was really mad that they redid it. Like I was pissed. So when it comes to that, like I refuse to watch certain things. I still haven't to this day. Have yet to see it.
it's not,
It didn't
it's not too
capture the same magic that the original did.
bad. Well, that's why some movies should never, ever be remade.
Like Edward Scissorhands, they were talking about doing that one. I was like, don't touch it. Leave it
Oh,
alone.
No, see,
that
that's
way.
the whole thing.
Great. It's
Leave
great.
it alone. There's certain movies, like you just said earlier, Shannon, if they made a 13 Ghosts or Dale, if they remade 13 Ghosts now with the technology, badass, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Now, unless it's the same people who did Flash, and no. But if they can redo that shit, it'd be badass. But certain things should just be left alone. And believe it or not, uh, any of the Disney movies that are converting now to live action, they're doing a Lilo and Stitch, I guess.
That's too
You
early.
know.
There should be like a 20 to 30, like at least 30-year gap before you do a live remake. Especially because it's The Rock wanting to do it so much.
Well, but if you look at it, some of these movies are like 30 years old, though, sweetie.
Moana is.
Moana's
Well,
not.
No.
But
Moana's
Stitch,
not.
The Little Mermaid,
Yeah.
Cinderella.
Hold on. Did you see that they were casting not the wrong characters for Stitch? So they were
Yep.
casting like Hawaiians instead of the dark. So there was
Instead of
always
actually casting. Yes, I know. It was annoying.
Wait,
Mandy
hold
Hazel,
on,
what?
hold on. I'm not hip.
I'm from Hawaii, so I'm like, what?
Wait, hold on. So you're saying they were not casting Hawaiians or Samoans?
Mm-mm.
What were they
And then-
casting?
so you they're casting other lighter people, whatever. But another
Google
one,
it.
and then
Google
what's his name? Bubbles wasn't gonna be in it on this one either. And you know who Bubbles isn't? Don't you, Cesar?
Mm-mm.
The CIA agent, the black guy, the scary guy.
the big black guy that wears the glasses that
Oh,
they
yeah.
take her away from her sister.
They weren't gonna cast him. They weren't gonna cast him in the live action. I don't think they have, honestly.
See,
He's
now-
a big part of it.
Yes, he is.
but the thing is that these production companies, the Disneys, are basically hoping for your nostalgia to come and bring the kids and yourself to the movies and make it a big box office thing. And the next following week, it drops 45% because everyone goes, it
Well,
sucked.
Because
Ryan,
they're ruining our childhood.
they are. Well, see, but that's the problem. Ryan keeps trying to tell me this, and I have to try and remember that also. Those movies are from our childhood, just
Yes.
like the comics and stuff. And what they're doing now is for the new generations. Not that they know any better, but like the new generations to give them something to look forward to. And I was like, I get it, but that doesn't mean you can't call it a reboot or, a live action of the legit movie and then completely change it.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
all aspects of it. Like it's ridiculous.
It is true to the point where, like William said, reboots are okay if you're really going to do a reboot of the original. But don't cast, in my opinion, it might be a very unpopular one, but don't cast a female character male. Don't cast a male character female. It throws, for me, I'm already off. I'm like, it's not a reboot anymore. But the story's there. It's not the same anymore.
No.
It's I'm not watching a reboot. I'm watching a variant of
Yes.
the movie.
And with the Snow White, they weren't gonna have that kiss situation going to happen where in this movie was gonna be completely different because it was rape. That's what they're saying. I'm like, I didn't want to touch that at all with a 10-foot pole because even if I say it's not rape, but this is not, I guess kissing a girl that's asleep, it is wrong. but that's not what it was meant for, right? It's completely different.
Listen,
True Love's Kiss is not the same thing. People need to grow the fuck up.
She wasn't at a party on a couch passed out.
That's
She's
a
not
different
drunk.
movie, Mandy.
Not
That's a whole
drunk.
different
She's
movie.
asleep. She was
I gotta
poisoned.
say that one,
Asleep.
too.
There's a difference.
Was she able to say yes? That was her thing. Like, can she say yes to that? No, she did not. So, I mean, honestly, I don't want to fight with that.
She
argument.
slipped Grumpy a note. Let's just move on from there.
Pre-consent, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Pre-consent.
She's like, it's okay.
It's
Yeah.
okay to kiss me in the lips while I'm asleep. It's perfectly fine. Jeez.
Sequel. Oh yeah, so Brandon, you're right. They made the reboot. It wasn't that great. The sequel is better. They're making another sequel or another adaptation to that.
See, I never saw the Aftershock or whatever it's called,
The
Afterlife.
female
or-
one?
No,
Ghostbusters.
that's another one.
Okay, I haven't watched that one because to me, you're fucking ruining Ghostbusters.
It wasn't good, and I love females, and it wasn't good.
Oh no, that was not.
That one was horrible.
Ooh,
We
that-
said
no
the same
bueno.
thing.
Ghostbusters was, I'm sorry, it was for men. It's what it was. It was a good movie originally. Leave it the fuck alone. Like
But
this.
I never saw the new one with the kids, the grandkids and stuff.
That actually is a decent movie.
It was a decent.
I heard it
movie.
was pretty good. I haven't
Yeah.
watched it
because
yet.
they're
So
making a sequel to
yeah.
that one. Right?
Yeah, that one was actually decent.
That actually
I
had
was
good ratings.
surprised.
That's why.
All right, so let's do this. If it was up to you, and I'm giving you guys the keys to the production companies, and I'm gonna go. Let's go on a round robin. I'm gonna start with you first, Shannon. If you could remake any movie, and now I'm giving you guys the thought of this now. If you could remake any movie, which one would it be?
Oh,
And I'm talking about today's technology and remake. So basically, your old story, but just with better effects or better
Same
actors
storyline, same
and
everything.
storyline. We're not going to
Done.
change anything. We're just going to.
Ooh.
You were like a new version of it, like the way example, the way Rob Zombie did for Halloween, kind of in that aspect.
look how in thought, Mandy. Either she's frozen and really in thought right now. I think she's
Uh,
frozen.
Oh, she
there
was frozen.
She
Oh
turned
my
to
gosh,
Oh,
Mandy!
I
I
knew
thought
that
you
was
were.
going to happen. We live in a dead zone over here.
I really thought that was
my
you. I thought you were really playing that. I was
They
like,
redid
really?
Carrie and it was
It
terrible.
was terrible.
the never ending story would be
The
a good
never
one.
ending story.
Glory.
That Albert. That
Yeah.
would be amazing.
Well, is that your choice there, Shannon?
No, but it would be amazing.
I wanna do
All right,
that.
I'll let you think, Mandy. Do you have one?
I got to process. I'm like,
All right, Dell, you got something?
No, honestly, I was hoping I had more time. Movies from the 90s.
What
I'm
are
thinking
people saying? Yeah,
Goldberg.
people are saying, yeah, Carrie. Yeah, you're right. They already did the remake of that.
They already
right.
did Carrie.
Now, it doesn't have to be a horror story, people. It could just be anything of your
Well, the never
childhood.
ending
or...
story's not horror. It's just a
No. But he said Carrie.
Ooh.
do we want it to be redone because it was a bad movie, or do we want a remake just for the sake of a remake?
For nostalgia purposes, I think.
Let's put
For
it this way.
nostalgia, okay.
If you were to think to yourself, I really love that movie, but I wonder what they can do with it now.
Sleeping Beauty. It's my
Ooh,
all-time
I
favorite
love-
Disney movie. I would love to see what they would do with it now.
Though
That one's my favorite
Though
too.
I will say I loved, and I'm one of the few people I really did love Maleficent. I could watch
Maleficent. My bathroom at our warehouse is Sleeping Beauty and Maleficent. That's how it's decorated.
Maleficent, I could watch. Now the second one, I
It's my
kind of,
favorite. No, I appreciate it more because she turns into the Phoenix Fairy, like she's the Dark Phoenix Fairy.
yeah.
I may, and I'm going to show this on TV. Like I may have like a little thing with phoenixes.
Ooh.
Maybe. Who knows?
With everything I've dealt with in my life, I'm a very, very true, firm believer that you rise from the ashes no matter how hard you fall. And that I loved when they showed that. I was like, nope, now I just got 1,000 times more respect because she's that much more powerful than everybody else. Because she comes from the ashes, she rises, and she shows them how.
I dig it.
Yeah.
I dig it.
That's
Phoenixes
so
are
bad.
strong.
Ryan
Phoenixes
telling
are
me to
strong.
put my clothes on.
Actually works.
A phoenix just in general is a strong symbol. But let's okay. So what are people saying here? People are saying
William, that's a great
Planes, trains, and automobiles.
Pumpkinhead would have been good. Lost
Pumpkin-
Boys was a good one.
I will say Lost Boys would be interesting.
That would be epic.
So
Yeah.
Andrew
Because-
put Escape from New York. I would add on to the Warriors would be another good one.
The
Nice.
Warriors. Yeah, okay.
Xena the Warrior
Full
Princess.
metal jacket.
Yeah, Brandon, we're just saying you can't do Blazing Saddles now. That would not work.
It wouldn't work.
Full Metal Jacket, even I don't think is.
I don't think it would work either.
I don't think it would work either.
I would want it to, but I don't think so.
But it would be amazing to see.
So I picked
I
one.
agree.
One that I really enjoyed when I was younger. It would be Casper.
It was a Casper. I had the whole Casper movie memorized.
Oh my god, I can do that now.
I just believe it or not, I just saw that for the first time last year.
Oh,
Really? That's a good movie.
Dell, you would kill me with your little kitty cat thing.
Thing.
it's so cute.
My kids are going to sleep, so they left her in the room.
Deathly allergic to cats, so like
Me too.
Yeah.
To cats as well.
I'm a dog person.
I would agree with Lost Boys because the way they make vampires now and how they fly and all that good
Oh,
stuff. I think Lost Boys will.
Lost
will
Boys,
do
especially if the casting was like epic.
Oh God, yeah.
I mean,
If you had the right
Orange.
people, that would be phenomenal.
it would be so good.
All right. So what do you guys got? Mandy, come on. Shannon.
So my thing was always, my number one movie has always been Top Gun, like since birth. And but they redid the second one and it was amazing. Like it blew
Still
my
haven't watched
mind.
it.
Surprisingly amazing.
I had zero expectations. I was like, there's no way this movie could ever even come close. And everyone in the theater got up and clapped and people were bawling their eyes.
It surpassed everybody's expect. I still haven't watched it yet.
That's good. That's
For
good.
personal, I know it is, but it's for personal reasons.
Right.
That, something that Ryan and I dealt with. So it's just, we still haven't brought ourselves to watching it yet. We have it. We want to. It's been over a year now. We should, but like.
When you're ready, I think you'll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll cry no matter what, but.
Oh, I cried the first 5 minutes of the movie. I was like, this is happening. I can't believe I lived to see this day.
I would, believe it or not, I would love to see with the technology, with the technology that we have now with movies, I would love to see a remake of Small Soldiers. Something about as a kid. Well, I wasn't a kid back then. I'm older than. Anyways, something when I was younger about toys. It's every boys and girls fantasy for your toys to come alive, and as you play, they're actually like walking around. Something about that movie that really captured the imagination of a child to see your toys come alive and talk and have good guys against bad guys. I think it would be pretty cool to see now with the animation that we have and the CGI stuff.
Did you see Ryan's?
Whatever.
Monster Squad.
Monster Squad.
No, I never saw Monster Squad.
Oh my God, don't say that to him. He loves that movie.
Sorry, Ryan. I never saw Monster Squad.
It's a classic.
It's a classic for sure.
War Games. No, War Games. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. You know what they haven't had in a long time? Like, I can't even think if there's ever been a really good werewolf movie.
Oh, yeah.
Well, funny you say
Clue.
Clue.
Yes, Clue was great.
I watched it the other day. Ryan hates it. I love that movie. Could you imagine how it'd be now?
Well, yeah. I had my wife watch Wolf with Jack Nicholson and
that was good. It wasn't bad at all.
James Spader and Nicole,
that was a good
Michelle
one.
Pfeiffer. I'm a fan, and I liked the Benicio del Toro werewolf movie.
That was good.
A lot of people did not like it.
I know.
I
actually
I don't have taste.
Howling.
I liked Dracula Untold.
Ooh.
I could watch that
Interview with the Vampires.
I agree.
love that movie.
and over again.
Yeah.
So that was during the time when Universal was trying to reanimate the monster movies. So that's why they made The Mummy with.
Oh, that's right.
I love all the mummies. The third one was
no. The Mummy with Tom Cruise did not do very well.
No. I knew with
they
Brandon
did
Fraser.
Dracula Untold.
Yeah.
Frankenstein. I like Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. It's one of my favorites.
Mhm.
And Bram Stoker's Dracula with
that's a
one
great
of
one.
That's a great
Gary Oldman. To me, he should have got
Yes.
an Oscar for that
Oh
role.
god, he's amazing.
That movie was fantastic.
Caesar, do you remember the Phantom?
With the little fucking ball and shit.
So that would be cool to bring back. I think that would be the other now. That one and another one that's from like outer space. You know how we have the Avengers, all that stuff. Starship Troopers was another movie I used to love back in the day.
Oh my God, that's on Hulu right
Someone told me they're making a remake of Starship Troopers.
Are they?
Believe it or not, I actually did hear that. The Howling. Yeah, see, there was a time in the 80s where there was American Werewolf of London. Hello?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
I want more werewolf movies.
I agree. I love the books. I read a ton of them.
Right.
Love them.
Me too.
They're great.
You could do another Mars Attacks.
you can't get.
Somebody put Goonies. I don't know if Goonies needs to be remade. Like, I love
No.
Goonies is lightning in a bottle captured in time. I don't think you could do that again.
Goonies. Listen, they're done with Indiana Jones, right? Are we
No,
all in agreement? They're done with this guy, right?
God, I hope so with the whole fucking traveling shit through the portal and going back in time. Like, really?
Yeah.
All
I
right.
don't think he wants to do another one either. He said
He's
No.
fucking old.
he hates the theme song. He said
he
it's the
should
worst
just-
song ever.
He should just finish 1923 and then be done with it.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for that fucking series.
He's almost 80, isn't he?
Poor guy.
He's not a spring chicken, and he's General Ross in Thunderbolts. So I mean, he's going to be the next Red Hulk eventually.
There's a
let's
werewolf
see.
comic coming in January.
Sweet.
I've actually thought about writing one.
There we go.
Did you guys ever watch a TV show, Hemlock Grove?
But Twilight.
Yes.
William, you need to zip your lip. Twilight was not the best movie ever. The books were way better, first of all. Second of all, the movies were terrible. I'm not a huge fan of Kristen Stewart in those movies.
Oh, yeah, Twilight. Though I must admit, I did enjoy the last two because they had the big battle in the end. I kind of actually did.
I like the big battle because it was a foreseen portrayal that never happened. Like
now that blew my, because I don't read, as you girls know, or maybe not know, you ladies know, I don't read.
See,
but my mind was a little blown at the very end of that movie. Spoiler alert, it's only been 45 years, people.
yeah, no shit.
When it was all a premonition.
That's what I mean.
That
blew my mind.
That blew my mind.
If I'm gonna do that kind of fighting stuff, give me Underworld all day long.
Oh, now the
I
first
Because Kate
Underworld.
Beckinsale is a fucking shit. And
She is.
She is gorgeous, and she keeps getting more gorgeous. Like
that
how?
first Underworld was shit. It has the vampires and your werewolves, right?
Yeah.
You have the lichens and
Ugh.
the death dealers.
So good.
That
You
was
know what
fantastic.
movie that I remembered? I don't know why just randomly was Little Giants.
I love that movie.
Little Giants.
So,
So
because
you
I was
I
thinking
watched that a couple years
there,
ago.
there was a whole 10 years, a lot of football movies with Rudy, Varsity Blues. Remember the Titans? I don't
That
see
movie is
I
amazing.
remember the Titans.
But you can
Friday
remake
Night
those.
Lights.
That's not a problem. You can remake Little Giants. You can remake Mighty Ducks. You can remake Sandlot. Well, I don't know. Maybe Sandlot.
There was
No,
another.
you can't touch Sandlot. Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Don't touch my Sandlot either.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I
saying.
do
Leave
like-
it alone. Leave
I
it
do
alone.
like what Will said here. Now, back in my day, Last Starfighter was my movie. So I used to love the Last Starfighter.
I
Ooh,
love
the
it.
Replacements. If we're gonna talk about those, I love the Replacements.
The
too.
replacement was the girl. Oh, what was the other one where with Keanu Reeves? Not Keanu Reeves, with Tom Cruise and it was Show Me the Money.
Show me the
Oh,
money.
Every other Sunday.
Come on, people, help me out, chat. Help us
Is it
out.
every
here.
other Sunday?
No. Help us out.
Someone knows this.
Show me the money.
Sunday.
We're
Renee
Sunday?
What is it?
Jerry Maguire.
Jerry
Jerry Maguire. There
Thank
we
you,
go.
Ryan.
But
That's
they couldn't
probably-
have Renee Zellweger in it again because she has a new face.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not good.
It doesn't look like her at all.
Look, the whole chat just do Jerry Maguire. There we go. Thank you
Yeah.
guys. Appreciate
Okay,
you.
thanks
Her-
everybody. Everybody's
Her
like
eyes,
Jerry Maguire, Jerry Maguire,
Her-
Jerry Maguire.
her eyes disappeared. Renee Zellweger's eyes disappeared. I don't think she has any more eyes.
It's no. I don't understand all the plastic. Everybody wanting to stay young. Everybody like I need Botox and fillers and I know.
Have you seen Nicole
No.
Kidman?
No.
I haven't seen her.
She used to be a very, very beautiful woman. Now
Yeah.
she's
She's not.
Really?
That's.
there
Any
she
given
goes for the
Sunday, Billy.
machine.
Thank you.
You bring it up, I'm gonna look.
Yeah, any given Sunday.
Oh,
we'll-
Madonna. Now Madonna is like
Madonna
a
is
straight out
rough.
alien.
Oh,
It's
Madonna's from a different
because she
planet.
has a surgeon who won't tell her no.
they should have told her no 10 years ago.
She's surrounded by people who won't tell her no. Like
they want her money. Oh.
it's
I
yeah.
mean, she's not bad. She's aged, but you can tell she's had work done.
How about
Madonna.
that lady, that cat lady?
Okay. How about Jennifer Aniston has aged beautifully?
Oh, I
Oh,
She's my
know.
favorite.
I love her.
No, she looks
I
really good.
love her.
I give credit to the people who've done work very gracefully. You know, it's
Right.
like, hey, look, you look. Michelle Pfeiffer looks still pretty damn
She looks
good,
amazing.
and she's not a spring chicken. All
No.
right,
Well, but see, not everybody has done work. Some are just healthy, and some people do like little things. They'll get Botox injections just
It's
to
like
take
a little touch up, but they don't go
Yeah.
crazy.
They
You know
don't do
who
like the
also-
whole like.
It's a slippery slope, people. Don't do it.
Yeah,
who
well,
who also looks completely different is Meg Ryan. Meg Ryan used to be
Oh, I loved her.
she's so cute, and then I saw her recently. Her lips are like this big, and
You've Got Mail is one of my ultimate favorite movies back in the day.
The one that scared me the most recently was what's her name from G.I. Jane?
Demi Moore. Demi Moore.
Yeah.
Demi Moore.
Ooh,
To the machine.
that was sad. If you Google it, you'll cry.
I am good. Some of them I just look and I shake my head because I'm like, what were you think? What's wrong with having laugh lines? And
I love laugh lines. I love expression lines.
it means you've lived.
Yeah, I'm keeping mine.
I've got them. 43 years old and I'm rocking them. I don't fucking care.
Good for you.
You know, also aged awesomely is Keanu Reeves.
Oh my gosh, right?
Yeah,
He does.
He still looks pretty good.
There's a lot of these actors that are still looking kind of not young, but who's the one person? I think Tom Cruise hasn't aged.
Well, he's got a little swollen. He's got a little swollen.
A little swollen.
How old is he?
Like, a little gray and a little droopy.
You know who? Like Mickey Rourke looks like no one. Mickey Rourke Mickey Rourke was the shit back in the 80s.
He's had too much work done.
Yeah.
His face is about this big.
He had botched surgery, and then the surgeries to fix it then went botched as well. And you're like, okay.
So he has botched surgery?
Yeah. It doesn't cancel out either.
It's horrible.
Easy there, Cesar.
Is it about the swollenness? Yeah, Ryan.
Mickey Rourke looks like Leatherface.
Damn.
Hey, that'd be a cool movie remake.
That would be cool. They should cast him.
They did. Did you guys see the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre? They did a couple years ago.
That's true. They did.
Actually, it was with the one who's married to Justin Timberlake.
Oh,
Jessica Biel.
She was in it. Yeah.
That's not a couple years ago.
That's
that was like many years.
That's one of my favorite ones
Maybe
with her in it.
I bumped my head, Shannon.
Yeah. That's based on a true story.
We can run the replay, Ryan, later.
I live by the house.
Oh, Ryan, you don't like my Keanu Reeves? Is that what he's saying?
No, you went, Keanu, like you're
no. Well, get out of here, Ryan.
Ew, he did not.
Jesus.
I actually live by the Texas Chainsaw Massacre house. It's really creepy.
Ed Gein.
That'd be fucking dope to see, though.
It's
really picture and send it to me.
Yeah,
it's based on a character name as a real person named Ed Gein, who he was.
Oh, I'm familiar.
Yeah, you know, he was cuckoo. Yeah, he was a little nuts. And from what I hear too, going back to the Jeffrey Dahmer TV show, I heard that the guy who played him, and I always forget his name,
but
he got like in character beyond like
he needs a lifelong of therapy to get out of that character.
Yeah, it's like he creeped people out, you know, that kind of stuff. Like even when he's around
intentionally, because when he acts now, he's fine.
It's crazy. Not people take it when they go into characters too much.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Heath Ledger.
Do that. Heath Ledger. Yeah.
Yeah. It was rest in peace.
Yeah.
Best Joker of all time.
I know.
Ralph Bonner. That's the name of the actor, Billy?
Betty knows a lot. I'm surprised.
Wow. He can Google it while we're here.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? I don't think his name is Ralph.
I'm sorry.
I don't think his name is Ralph. Time passes differently at Caesar's age. That's nice, Billy. Thank you.
Oh. Can I just say I love being movie critics with you guys? This is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I went to school for this or something.
And it's funny because Mandy was worried. Like, I've never been in a podcast. I don't know what I'm doing. But it's like all natural, right? Like we're just talking.
Right. And this is the difference between us and a lot of other podcasts is that a lot of times we're not scripted. So it makes you
script me if you wanted to.
I love that.
Which is true. That too. You just would have just ripped it up and
I would have been like, quote of the Kincaid group is I do what I want. It's that for a reason.
I love that.
We make you guys feel like you're sitting in the living room just talking shit about TV shows.
This is so fun.
And stuff like that.
every
week I told you we'd be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's funny because I was kind of worried a little bit because the first thing Shannon said is tell Mandy we're gonna play or something like that. If I remember correctly, tell Mandy it's time for us to play. I'm like, oh,
time for us to play.
Oh God, but no, it's been real chill. We've talked about a lot of. I'm sorry, we stuck with horror most
Lots
of this
of movies.
conversation.
Lots of movies.
We can probably have another podcast with y'all out talking about a different genre altogether.
Yeah.
Well, we got to do it probably in December, right with Christmas movies. Yeah, well, how about we do this? As of right now, we'll book you in December.
Bye, Albert. Have fun at dinner.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about the TV shows, right? So in my generation, I was freaked out by It, the original It
Yeah.
on TV.
Love
That
it.
was
It's so good, but yes.
little mini. Now then you see the new one, and the new one did. See, now we're talking about remakes, right? So they did It in the
I
80s, and then they went to the new It. Two shows of that, 2 movies of that, and I actually enjoyed it. I think they actually did a pretty decent.
They did it justice considering how
They went extra creepy with that guy,
With
right?
that
He
kid,
was a
with
little-
that little kid in the when
they broke a movie rule in the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
it was pretty good. I enjoy. My wife doesn't watch anything with clowns. She hates it. I can stand it.
Oh, I hate them.
Ooh.
But I have to
So
watch.
that brings up a good
Let him
subject.
do it.
I'm gonna
Tap it.
okay. This is a topic. Out of the 3, out of us 4, I'm gonna say, starting with you, Shannon. What is your fear? What is that phobia that you have that just like, nope, I'm out? And Mandy, I think Mandy, you better start thinking about this.
I am. I
I think
She's
Dell,
gonna
I
get
think
frozen right now. I just watch.
she's gonna pretend she's frozen.
I know, right? She's like, no.
Because I think I already know Dell's because he's already said it a few times on the show.
I have 2 of them.
Now let's say I'm gonna put an example for you. If you're gonna watch a movie and it has
Oh, wait a movie.
in it, I'm out. I'm not gonna
Oh,
watch it.
rape. That's it. That's
Yeah.
I can watch torture, everything. I
What
cannot
about
handle.
what about spiders, snakes?
Oh, that shit doesn't bother me. I
okay.
play with them like I don't care.
Okay,
Oh.
all right. So anything rape? How about you,
Mandy's
Mandy?
all, ugh.
How about you, Mandy?
It was always snakes and spiders for me personally until I moved to Texas, and now I'm like a catch and release girl when it comes to spiders. Like I don't kill them. I try to just throw them outside.
Yeah, they eat bugs.
Yeah, like I've just learned to realize they're more scared of me than I mean, that's what I tell myself. But for me, it's always been dolls.
Mhm.
I hate dolls. And when I did research of why dolls were ever created in the first place, they weren't created for a toy. They were created for
No, I want to know. No, because I have the same fear. I have the same fear. Like,
You're about to break down because what your next word was going to scar him for life, Mandy. Just let you know, it was going to scar him for the rest of his life. So
I'm so sorry. I didn't know.
no, because then I'm not.
Dell, you need to mute and disappear for a minute. I want to know.
I can do that actually.
he can. There you go. Go ahead, Mandy.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, so the research that I found, because I was like, why? I like to confront my fears. And so I was like, why am I so scared of dolls? Like, and why do I have this fear since I was little? I have no idea. My parents got me one of those life-size Barbie dolls. Like, that's an epic gift for a kid, especially like at the time we didn't have a lot of money. And that was a lot of money back then when it first came out. And I asked them to return it and to keep the money. Like, I did not want it at all. I was like, get this out of my room. And so I started doing research, and in certain religions or cultures, a type of doll was created when a loved one passed, and they would keep it in the room with the body, because in a lot of places they would actually do their wakes in the houses and stuff, or in a domesticated situation, and they would have a doll. So if the spirit wanted to go into the doll, it could.
That's right.
Ooh,
And
okay.
I don't like that.
Okay. No.
Okay.
So we can thumbs up for Dell now. That's creepy as fuck. Let's not do that. Like, no. Now I want to read more.
Now, am I stupid? Because I was about to knock on the glass to tell
Pure
him.
health.
I was this close to going down. We're good.
Down.
Okay, good. We're good. Down.
So-
It's because of beards.
So the thing is too is
No,
that
Ryan has a beard. Stop it.
Dude, and that's because I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait. I turned off everything, turned off my headset, I muted, I got off my cell screen, and I was looking right, and I was looking at Mandy, and I'm reading her lips, like, what am I fuck am I doing? Like, no, don't read her lips. So I looked around and I started looking around, looking at my phone, like, fuck. No,
Didn't realize you were an official lip reader, Dale. Jesus.
Belle, I'm so sorry.
no,
So-
it's because I have kids, and my kids are gonna want dolls, and I'm gonna be like, it's banned for life. I'm sorry.
That's creepy,
Yes.
Thomas. Stop it.
What?
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
there
I
is-
saw
there
That
that.
was
Yes,
terrifying.
the Island of Dolls. The show.
Ooh, no, thank you. And it's
And-
dolls and spiders. Like,
Not only
No,
that,
Don't
they
tell
have,
him. You're gonna freak him out.
they have videos of the doll actually turning its head. I'm
Yes!
gonna flip it around. I
It's-
know.
Oh,
It's
I
creepy
seen,
as
I
shit.
seen that. It creeped me out for.
And
like, a
it
whole week.
blinks and it'll turn on. It has
No.
no batteries in it. Get the fuck out of here.
you
So-
know what scares
Okay,
me? It's
Cesar,
the
we
little
said
pitter
ours.
patter
What's
of like a
yours?
doll running under a bed or something. I'm like, I'm out.
Oh, that's what you guys don't watch Trilogy of Terror, right? With that little fucking voodoo thing. No. Okay.
I will watch it.
So,
but
talking about that, right? There, people, I like and fucking video. As long as I don't hear the whole information, I'm not gonna look into it. But what I do know is that back in the day, it was a thing where family members will take pictures of their dead family members. Like they would take pictures with them right after they died, so they have one more picture. And I was looking at all those pictures, I'm like, damn, that is super fucking creepy.
Yeah. If you see the baby, if you see
Yeah.
any child standing still, most likely it was deceased. That's why
Yeah.
it would. That's why everyone's faces was blurry because they're moving. But when the one person was dead still, it's because most likely it was passed. That's why it hadn't have a blurry face. Little bit of trivia. My fear, and it got worse the older I got. Something to look forward to, Ryan, you son of a bitch. Claustrophobia. Anything that has to do with being in a box, being in a tight space,
uh-huh.
being in a place where I can't. So I went camping
Interesting.
years ago, and we bought this this little tent, me and the wife, and like, this is great. Well, apparently when I got into it and I slept, it was one of those that sloped. So, so as I slept, it was right here, like it was right here, and I sweat. I couldn't sleep. I needed to put a fan in front of me. I couldn't. So anything tight spaces, that never had a problem when I was younger. But the older I got, I cannot do it. So anything coffin related, like buried alive, or if we're going down a cave and they're like shimmying,
Yeah.
I'm out. I can't.
So enclosed water slides, probably not a good idea either.
If
I
I can't do this,
Yeah. I was a weird kid. I was hide and seek champ. So I was the kid who would
so
fall
little.
asleep in the dryer,
you can fit
which
in
is
the-
super safe. Highly
You're
recommended.
little.
You're tiny.
I love like small spaces. So I feel comfortable.
Well,
So
because
just
you're,
Pocket size, man.
because you're hobbit size.
I don't think I fit now, but I'm just saying I'm low to the ground, so I guess. But if I was a bigger person, I can imagine that would freak me out.
Yeah, just something about not being able to breathe, or I start getting
I
anxiety.
mean, able to be in control. Like with me, it's going over bridges, over water.
Uh-huh.
I kind of like tense up, and I don't want to look to the side or nothing like that. Just because I've always had these dreams of drowning, a lot of dreams
Oh,
of drowning. So
it's not fun. I don't recommend it.
and then
Drowning
I
with
have,
dolls.
I've drowned twice.
oh my gosh, man, don't. Oof. And the thing is, like, when I picture it, I think about it. It's like I'm always my kids. I'm like, how am I gonna do this? I'm gonna carry these two. I'm gonna carry the one. She carries the small ones. I'm trying to like think. And by the time I'm like, I step out of it, we already crossed the bridge. I don't know why. I've always tend to do that. Like it just scares the crap out of me.
So
Yeah.
Shannon, you
Never
don't have a
do.
phobia?
Never do the road to Hana in Maui because there's like 500 of them.
Yeah, she's not wrong.
Literally, there's like 600 turns one way. It's
Don't
fucking-
do it.
That was like
Beautiful.
we're canceling our Hawaiian trip.
I mean, I don't plan to go on an airplane over water either. So it's like,
Oh, so I guess you're never gonna travel?
Oh,
I mean, I
hate
could travel.
I hate flying. I hate flying so much. I used to be so bad, and over time, I've like gradually gotten better. But the minute I feel turbulence, my leg goes like a fucking jackhammer and will not stop until we land. It could be 5 hours until we land, but my leg will go.
Well, my
Stop.
thing is we're planning a trip next year to Spain, and I'm not looking forward to a 16-hour flight on a plane. You know,
No.
that kind of thing.
Oh, you know what's funny, Cesar? Now that you bring that up, I just saw a video of a situation at an airplane where they had to do they had to return back to where they were at because a person in the airplane sharted everywhere. They didn't make it to the restaurant, so from the beginning where they're at, they sharted all the way back down. They came back, they cleaned it, but it took about 8 hours, and they told everybody it's clean now. Come back in the airplane. And nobody wanted to go back in.
No.
So, I mean, I don't know, Cesar. I'm not saying that's going to happen with you, but there's a possibility, obviously.
Are you saying it's going to happen to me? I'm going to be the one sharding, or I'm going to be the one?
Or somebody, imagine 8 hours going that way, and then they shart. You have to come back another 8 hours, and then you have to wait and then go back.
I'm sorry. I would open that door.
You might as well just keep going at that point.
At that point, right? If you're going to spend another 8 hours, come back. Just keep spending another 8 hours ahead of to that.
Just imagine though,
I throw his. I'd break a window, throw his ass out that window, and let.
Mandy's frozen with her tongue sticking out.
Is she frozen again?
Sorry, guys.
It's perfect. Every time she froze, it was perfect. She was doing this. She was this, and then it's perfect.
So. Oh, Ryan. They call it
puppy love.
Puppy love.
I love it.
Hey, Shannon, so you don't have any fears, any phobias, I should say?
I have them. I just, none that I
nothing major, right? Like heights or dark.
Nothing that's like put me to the point of if I walk into a room and I see it, I'm going to run or.
Right.
Like nothing like that. Like all my fears, I face a lot of them. A lot of mine would come with my kids, actually. If I had to do anything with that, if anybody fucks with my kids, it's like, okay. I think my fear at that point would just be going to prison for what I would do to them. And it wouldn't even be a fear at that point. I'd be like, I was justified in what I did. So,
Yeah.
We watch, since we stream a lot, right? We don't have cable anymore since I moved here. So we just stream. And I think we've seen every single crime show known to man. And all of them, all to the point where we watch an episode, we're like, oh, we know this case from a different show.
Yeah.
Right? So.
But you always get morsels, like a little bit more.
Oh, no, but you get but this takes a different perspective of the other one. So what those shows have fucked me up because I have my daughter's in college. She's going into her third year, and and I'm going, and I tell her all the time, I swear to God, Sophia, just pay attention, watch your surroundings, be with groups, do that. Don't talk to. All of a sudden, I treat her like she's 10. Don't talk to strangers. Don't open the door to people. Don't do this. Don't do that because people are fucked up. You're more afraid about them than anything else.
Absolutely.
With that being said, so I've had situations arise where when I was at Kohl's with my youngest, we went there, we stopped by this, he wanted to go get basketball shorts or something because he needed them for PE. I don't know. But we were going there to grab some really quick, and I saw these guys coming out, and I didn't realize I had parked right next to them, but I saw them coming out of the store. And I was parking and they were walking our way and they kept staring at the car. And I was like, okay. So I get out of the car and I hear them say, look at that little boy as JJ gets out. And I was like, oh, fuck no. And he walked, instead of walking to the back like he usually does straight to me, he walked towards the front on their side. And I was like, get your ass over here right now. And they were like, look at him, look at him. And then the one kid who, he could have been special ed. I don't know if he was playing or if he was actually in that situation, was trying to talk to him. And I grabbed Jay and I pulled him over to me and I was like, don't fucking look at my kid at all. Like, don't. The same thing happened to my friend's daughter when they went. Same guy. She reported him. And then she actually works with us. If any of you have watched us, Kira, she had money put in her windshield at the gym, and everybody knows what that means, but she didn't notice it till later because she pays attention to her surroundings. God bless her being a black belt and knowing how to pay attention to things and everything. And she got in her car and left and everything. But it's creepy to know that no matter where you go, even in broad daylight, that those situations occur. And that
I
you
don't know what that means. So
if they put money in your windshield, it's because they want you to like get out of your car and go to your windshield to get money so that they can ambush you and
decoy.
It's a
Not
distraction.
falling for that.
distraction.
Unless it's 100, then I'll deal with it.
I'm gonna drive off and stick my arm over. Like,
I'll wait till I get home on good things.
that's scary. Yeah.
There's always little tricks. There's always little tricks you hear about that kind of stuff. The ways that people nowadays are trying to.
Oh, the newest one is like little boys, like when little kids get lost and they have addresses in their hand. The newest one they're saying is don't take them to the address on the piece of paper. Take them to the police station instead, because now the address leads to a house where they'll like gang rape you.
For Pete's sake!
I was like, are you fucking kidding me? They're like using little kids for this crap.
This is why I don't leave.
It did get dark. I don't know why we're talking about this.
And that's how it goes. It's just random. But
Christmas shows.
Elf.
I hate Elf. I'm sorry. I hate it. I can't.
Oh, you don't really?
Okay, talking about things that
It's a
people
love
hate.
hate. I get it.
Talking about that. There's another thing. There's that song with All I Want for Christmas. That one, people either you hate it or
The
you
Nat
like
King
it.
Cole song, or
No,
that
he's
one?
talking about the Mariah Carey
Mariah Carey.
That one.
version.
I'm a fan. I don't know.
Mhm.
I know people hate it, but I don't mind it. I always sing along.
It's funny because every time I see somebody post that, I always send them the YouTube link. Like, hey, send them a YouTube link, and it's that song. I like to. Oh, what's that troll thing that Rick rolled them? So I always try to give them more of that what they hate, just because I don't know. I understand, but it's sometimes it is too early. Like right now, getting ready for Christmas would be too early, in my opinion.
Oh, that's just
Don't
getting ready in
skip.
November.
Yeah, you're skipping October. You're skipping November. I mean, I love Turkey Month. I love Halloween. I think that this part of the year is always my favorite.
Well,
Me
yeah.
too.
Because it has your Halloween, your food, and then the Christmas time, and then New Year's, and then let's start all over again, right?
And then
But
my
this
birthday.
year is flying by. This year is flying by. I'm not going to lie. The older you get, the quicker time passes. In my
I swear
opinion.
it does.
Crazy.
I'm not joking. I'm 51, and I don't understand. It's like all of a sudden, I remember ringing in 2023, and now we're not too far away from 2024.
Christmas is in 17 weeks. Somebody is doing a countdown. I saw that and I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Like, I can't think about this. I've got 5,000 other things on my brain.
Oh my god!
And Christmas is not one of them. Mandy's frozen again.
That internet over there. I'm surprised though. She went an hour and a half doing pretty good. So,
Amanda, you were hanging in there until now.
Sorry, guys.
It's an hour and a half. We try to keep these short, but I think we need another show with y'all because
It's so fun with you guys. I apologize for all my frozen faces.
No, that'd be perfect. I'm gonna use it in our little videos. That I'm
At least one of them wasn't with your mouth open or anything like goofy like that. No, you're fine. They were.
But before we even go off, we got to make sure we shout out what y'all are going to have. Obviously, shout out Ryan and Murat. So, Mandy, go ahead first and shout out what you're going to be doing coming up and what Murat's coming out with, too. So.
Oh, my gosh. I honestly can't keep up. So, Murat and I have decided to separate church and state because I can't keep up with how many covers that man. He'll draw like 7 covers in a day. And it's like, and if there was an 8th day in the week, he'd work that too. So I cannot keep up with that man when it comes to all the stuff he works on. I know he's going to be at New York Comic Con. I won't be traveling for a while until probably December, November. I usually work with Hot Flips or Jeremy Miller. I'll work with Epic Talent and I'll help as a handler. And assist some of the celebrities. So I kind of work that end of it, and then Murat works all the comic book stuffs.
And that's great. And it's funny that you brought him up and like, hey, there's a shout out, Jeremy, because I was talking to everyone to have him back on next year because we're booked this whole month, October and November, and we're barely going to start booking December. I think it'd be perfect to bring you both back on, talk about Christmas part. and we
Oh,
can
that-
talk about the movies that just came out.
Yeah.
So we talk about Nun, all the movies that came out on Halloween. Because one thing, before we get off, there's one thing that because it is something that came out in December in July. Your opinion, should Haunted Mansion, they made a remake or a sequel, should have they brought it out in October?
Oh,
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
I don't know.
For sure.
I don't know if
Absolutely.
they did that. I don't know if they did that for a reason, because Haunted Mansion coming out in August,
it's so weird.
it's like having a Christmas Story coming out in September or Christmas. It doesn't make any sense. So when they do that, they either don't do it because it's going to go up against another movie coming out that
Yeah.
time, so they
They
don't
know.
want the competition,
Yeah.
or maybe because of the thing that's going on, the SAG.
Disney
Yeah.
always has a movie release around Christmas time. Always.
Yeah.
But
That's-
if they would have released it in October, that wouldn't have affected what would have happened at Christmas.
True.
So, not sure why
There's-
that was a thing.
Yeah, that was odd timing. I am glad they redid that though. I wasn't a huge fan of the other one
the Eddie Murphy
with Eddie
one, yeah.
Murphy. So
Yeah. I haven't heard anything
least-
about this one.
At least it'll be streaming in October by then, at least.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I'm I don't mind. I mean, it looks fun. I mean, all the actors seem pretty fun. I like Jared Leto, right?
Anything that comes out in Halloween, I mean, anything Halloween related in Halloween will be watched, regardless.
Yeah.
Even Peanuts, all that stuff, it's going to be watched.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, what are the favorite Hocus Pocus, Halloween Land, Howling Town, all those
Oh,
classics
yeah.
are going to be watched. Sleepy Hollow. So
Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah, it's almost
I
like-
always do Nightmare Before Christmas.
I was
on-
just
Yeah.
about to
like
say
both
that.
of them. Like I love that's a classic for me.
that is
Yeah.
So it's okay. You're both here. Is this a Christmas movie or is that a Halloween movie?
It's a
It's a
Halloween.
a Halloween.
It is a twofer.
You can watch them
It is
both,
a
right?
Halloween
Both.
movie based.
Yeah.
He wants Christmas. He wants the attention of Christmas.
Yeah.
So he's trying to step into that role. But it's
I'm a
Halloween.
nonconformist, so I'll watch it for Halloween and I watch it for Christmas because I
There
love
you
it.
That's why it's a twofer.
Yeah.
And, dude, we're supposed to cut it up, but I still have another question. Beetlejuice 2. Are y'all excited?
Yes.
Yes.
So excited. Jenna Ortega, I think, is going to be phenomenal.
He's
in that
gonna be
movie.
amazing.
I'm a little,
excited
I'm
about
a
that
little
movie.
worried.
Why?
Well, no, why?
Matthew's like,
No.
Oh my gosh! I don't know. Now I'm scared to say anything, man.
Don't tell
Oh my
me.
God.
No. I'm concerned that it's like that build-up, the crescendo of Beetlejuice 2. Then it's like,
Oh, yeah.
And then it's gonna be disappointing.
And it's like, well,
But they
no.
haven't released anything to show you to give you that buildup. It's just been mostly the people in it.
And I
Yeah.
hope this is what I hope, and we talked about this before. Trailers nowadays give you too much of the movie.
They really
I
fucking do.
agree.
Why fucking
I
watch
agree.
it? I already saw it. I already saw the movie, right?
Oh my
Yep.
gosh.
Because I saw the
so
good parts. What they should do and learn from this movie is literally give you teasers, like just
Yes.
enough of the things for you to go, yes, I did not see that in the commercial. You know, and that's what you want. So I don't
Absolutely.
think they probably won't do it. They're probably going to release a 2-minute and 2.5-minute trailer, and you're like, oh, all right.
You know what? Fuck this.
I'm
I
actually gonna be Beetlejuice for Halloween, so I'm very excited.
That's what my wife's gonna do.
Ooh.
She's gonna do our Halloween Beetlejuice, and our Christmas is gonna be Beetlejuice. Last year it was Nightmare Before Christmas, but dude, I know I'm saying that. Oh, we cut it off. I have too many questions right now because with Jenna,
This is
Ortega
so
coming
fun.
out. With Wednesday, did you like the first season of Wednesday?
I did.
I loved it. Yeah.
Loved it. Loved
Enjoyed
it.
That was very
I
fun.
don't
That
know
was a
many
fun-
that didn't.
That was a
And then
fun watch.
season 2 is be coming out, or they paused it. They said they were, then they said they're pausing that.
They
because
have to pause the making of it, but it is coming out.
one of the main
That-
characters is not going to be coming up in the season 2 because of some allegations of sexual harassment too. I forgot the name of the kid. It was a white boy. I forgot his name.
That was
but-
that was in the first one.
He was one of the main characters,
Oh no shit.
but it's not Jenna Ortega, so that's all that matters. Pretty much.
The thing is, that is literally a show that it was just a very fun watch,
It
was.
was.
and it was sort of a mystery, right? Because it really did kind of keep you
Yeah.
guessing of
You got the suspense in it for sure.
the comedy,
Loved it.
you know, the
I
dark
love
comedy.
the set. Like their set was great. I
It
love it.
was.
She went viral. Her song, everyone's become Wednesday.
Oh my
bro.
god. It ruined it for me how viral it went though. With everything, the
know.
fucking TikTok dances and shit. Oh,
All these little kids, I can't.
Did y'all watch Barbie?
I didn't. I think I'm the only person who hasn't seen
Nope,
it.
haven't seen it.
I
Don't
haven't
want
seen it
to.
either.
Absolutely, just
I heard it was great, but it's just I don't know.
I gave it a
Maybe
7.
it
I
comes
can't.
out for free. I
No,
don't know.
I'll watch it when it comes out on TV.
It
What-
was
Yeah.
already supposed to be streaming this week. They pushed it back a week because it was doing so well.
Shannon, so what's
It
your
is.
situation? Why are you so anti? What's going on?
I was
Too
never a
political
Barbie. I was
process.
never a Barbie person.
Oh.
Me
So
neither.
I don't give two flying fucks about a movie. Like,
Yeah, gotcha.
yay. And
I
it's
was
surpassed
never-
Deathly Hollows, and I'm a Harry Potter person, so by then you're already pissed me off. So I'm like,
Right?
I'm good, thanks.
The only thing I see real bad is that everybody was all about Wednesday. They're gonna be Wednesday for Halloween. You know, people are gonna
Oh,
be
God.
coming out as
God.
Barbie for
So,
Halloween.
It is so
Oh, yeah.
bad that the schools, like my kids'
Oh,
high
no.
schools and stuff, and their friends' high schools, like their proms and homecomings and shit are fucking Barbie themed.
Barbie everything.
I'm just like,
Dude, they ruined like even if the movie would have been good, people are gonna ruin it by doing stuff like that.
oh yeah.
At shows, I'm seeing literally women in their 60s dressing up as Barbie, and it's
Harry
Harry
just-
Potter is murder mystery with magic.
So,
Right?
are y'all looking forward to the show on Max?
I am intrigued. I'm hoping if they do it right, it'll.
For each book, remember it's gonna be
Yes.
Okay, hold on.
I
I'm
know
not
that's what I
hip.
mean.
I'm not
I'm
hip.
hoping that with the way they do it, if they do it right, each season they will expand the book and put it in more detail. So I'm looking forward to that as long as it's done right. If they
Yeah.
fucking ruin it for me, I am going to be pissed.
Hold on. I'm not hip. What's going on?
I'll let her explain.
Harry Potter, they're making a TV series of each book. So it's already supposed to be out for 7 seasons. Excuse me. And they're going to do a season a book.
So like maybe 8 episodes per season per book.
I don't know how many
Yeah.
episodes.
No, but that means more or less, right? Something like
I
that,
just
right?
know that it's going to be like, I'm curious because like I'm a huge Harry Potter person. Anybody who knows me, my
Yeah.
guest room,
Her
is
guest room's
themed.
amazing.
my guest room is themed Harry Potter. I have a stupid amount of things. Like I love Harry Potter. I have it tattooed on me. Like I love Harry Potter.
I love that.
Wow.
So I'm intrigued and kind of nervous about it.
Yeah,
See?
you're like-
me and Beetlejuice.
Don't mess this up for us.
Don't fuck it up.
Yeah.
Well, Beetlejuice is different. Like it's not something you grew up on childhood reading it and watching
Yeah,
it, like that kind of thing.
Exactly.
I gotcha.
Harry
Which is a
Potter was
fun
a
movie.
15-year. All
Yeah.
the books, I've read them. I've watched all the movies. I've read the plays. Like it's, and I
So-
did it more as an adult than I did
Amazing.
as a kid. It's like
Yeah.
a passion.
I'm gonna get people mad on this guy right here. But not mad, right? Not mad. Y'all are gonna get mad, but it's gonna be controversial. How much do you guys hate Amber Heard for causing that situation, or with Johnny Depp? Not because of that, you lost another movie because you know what I mean. Like because of
Yeah.
that situation, you lost that movie.
I,
think we should protest at her house.
dude, I mean, have you seen that they put the trial on Netflix?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
You can
Did they
watch
really?
the trial. Yeah. Which I don't have a desire to watch the trial. You
Oh.
got all the main points of it when it was
Oh, I see it.
happening.
You
I
saw
thought it
it
was
up
fucked up what she did to him
Salem
and then
with
tried
that?
to blame on her. Like I just I'm glad he won and I was
Right.
Johnny Depp all the way.
I think a lot of us were, you can tell they obviously had a very toxic situation on both ends, but like she is calculating.
So talking about that, Mandy, this is for you. What are your thoughts on the whole? Because Marat did the Do You Poo of Amber Heard. Remember that one?
Yeah.
I bought 3 copies of that as soon as it came out. It's funny how Marat comes out with all these things: the slap, the Amber turd. And it was super funny.
I cry out of laughter a lot when when I walk into his office to ask him a question and I look at his drawing table. I instantly know what he's doing. I'm like, this is amazing. I love that you're doing this. I love that people love it so much because it's so out there and random. But this stuff's hysterical to me.
It is.
So okay, my last question, because I have so many right now locked in. Continue with that. Are you sad with the situation because the Johnny Depp doesn't want to do any more Pirates of the Caribbean movies neither with
Yeah.
Disney, and they were talking about making another one?
But I heard it's in talks.
Yep, that's what I heard. I heard that
Yeah,
I've heard
Disney
it's
is
in talks.
changing their tune because they know that Depp is their money bag. No one's
Yeah.
gonna watch. No one's gonna watch a Pirates of the Caribbean movie without Johnny Depp.
Nope.
It's just
100%.
it's just not gonna happen, especially if it's gonna be the
Because
Rock.
you're never going to be able to recreate him that way to
Right.
that
Right.
level. Like it'll
They-
never.
They're just gonna CGI him, his whole character into
They
the
can't
movie.
recast Jack Sparrow. We all know he is Jack Sparrow, right? And I did hear that they're now in talks again because I think by now the whole case thing has died down. By the time that put the movie into production, he's going to come back, and
He's
come on,
gonna
man.
come back. He's got to make up for all the crazy. He's gonna have to pay some lawyer bills.
Oh,
Like
Plus, he needs a big hit because he has not been in a hit in a long
no,
time.
and he's so loved. Like
he hasn't aged. As another person who hasn't aged, right? And then he did have the commercial with the cologne. I forgot what it was named, but he's still doing commercials. I've seen him.
Savage.
he drinks a lot.
The
So I
cologne,
think
the cologne ones, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He does drink. He drinks a lot.
it shows on his face.
He's a little bloated.
Like,
A little bloated.
too
Yeah.
much salt.
Too much sodium in his diet.
So
You know
much
what? But we'll see. We'll see what happens because
I hope.
I think. I mean, look what happened, Shannon. Right? He was in the Creature movie. What's it called? Where he played.
Are you talking about
Shannon,
Harry
you know.
Potter?
The Harry Potter character he played.
That's
Oh,
what
the Fantastic Beast when he played, yeah. He plays oh my god.
Green.
Grindelwald.
Grindelwald.
Grindelwald. Right.
Grindelwald.
And
Without
then
him,
the
it was different.
next
When they recasted
movie,
him in
they
the third
recasted
one,
him,
yeah,
and-
it fucking ruined it.
Yeah, it didn't hit.
You
could tell.
Yes.
It was
So
terrible.
imagine doing that. Imagine doing that for Pirates.
Well, and it's sad too
Jack
because
Sparrow.
he filmed one scene in that movie, so they had to pay him for it. So I'm like, why not just fucking keep
Right?
Might as well.
like oh it was
It's
Yeah,
all
lost that much
politics.
money. Yeah, it is. It's too much politics that's going on with that.
It
stuff.
is. Let us just enjoy
Politics.
something. Let us find joy in something.
It's worth the $200 million. I don't think he needs the money. I don't think he might not need the money, but I think he wants to work. That's something he does enjoy, and we all enjoy his work. I don't think there's.
Oh, yeah.
He has a lot of hits. I mean, obviously, you have Pirates of the Caribbean, Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah, but we're talking about movies as of late. He had Lone Ranger bombed. He did something else that bombed. He did a couple action movies that bombed. I mean, he doesn't-
Public Enemy.
Yeah,
You remember
but
that one?
I wouldn't consider that a box office success. It
But
was,
it was still good.
good. It didn't bomb, but it wasn't a Jack Sparrow, right?
Oh, that's
he
true.
wasn't one of those. So
That's true. I mean,
It is
if
what it is.
anything, he might play a superhero somewhere. Who knows?
A very eccentric superhero.
yeah,
I
he'll,
mean,
he'll be Jack
He
Sparrow
would
with
be
the
extra.
Jack Sparrow. Yeah, Jack Sparrow with the cape.
I love
Oh,
it.
and I know y'all are with superheroes. The voice actress of Harley Quinn passed away recently. What are your thoughts
Yeah.
on that?
Broke my heart because I'm a Harley Quinn collector.
Oh, that's sad. I didn't even know. I live in a bubble.
Yeah, yeah.
I am a
But that's
huge
why you're
Harley
here
Quinn.
today.
I'm a Harley Quinn collector. I have as much as I can. I try and get like original art done in my sketchbook by many, many artists. I have, I have my first appearance of Harley and Batgirl that slabbed on my wall and signed by Bruce Timm. And it was depressing to know that happened because, she was a legend in her own. So it was just,
She was the one that did the pudding. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So you have her and Kevin Conroy that both passed away. That's our like our 90s right there,
Yep.
2000s. It's horrible.
I
Yeah.
know.
Ooh. Well, what can we do, right? It's sad, but show must go on. Here we go.
Show must go on.
And then they're doing Joker. You know what? Okay, let's try to pause this. So we already could have closed and hit 2 hours, and that's cool because we can have these conversations.
3 o'clock in the morning.
Honestly.
And then one more question.
Dude, I have so
I'm
much.
on here by myself asking the questions, and then I'll answer the questions.
There
Like, I'm having so much fun.
we go.
So definitely December we need to get you back on, and I need to find out what movies are coming out. See if we can, and then you know what? How about this? I'll get some information from y'all. What movies you want to watch, and we'll review them here. especially the Nun. We got to
Oh, yeah.
review that one.
Yeah.
That one for sure. Haunted Mansion, the ones that didn't see it, and I know. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, this is for sure the last question because you're Harry Potter fans and all this stuff. You've got to watch the what's the name with Jennifer Lawrence?
The
I-
To Kill a Mockingbird or Mocking.
Yes,
The prequel that's coming out.
yes, that one. That one comes out in like the second week of December. We will do
Yes.
right after that one.
I am intrigued. I'm intrigued.
I am
I want to
too.
watch it.
I
something
love
about-
her, so
Something about prequels, especially if it's from a good series, because it really makes you wonder, like, how did the whole tribute start, right? When was the first one? How did it get going? I'm intrigued with that. I'm okay with that. Now, do we need a Gladiator before Gladiator?
Oh no,
Probably not.
we don't need that honestly because it was like one shot movie. Honestly, we don't need another. What's it called with Meg Ryan and the
Meg
one
Ryan.
with they were talking about doing a remake to I Got
Secrets in
Mail.
Seattle. I got mail.
You've got mail.
You Got Mail. That one.
I
That
love
was-
that movie.
it's great.
They want to do a remake to that. What do you think of that?
No. Let me tell you why.
Can't
Because
remake that movie.
I'll tell you exactly why. Because when that movie first came out, email was
Yeah.
just this new starting thing.
Yeah.
Nowadays, what they'll do,
The
they'll
dial-up
find-
modem.
what they'll do, if they remake that movie now, they'll twist it completely. It's like you got TikTok thing, or you got an Instagram thing, or
No.
nope.
And there is such good chemistry between the actors that I'm like, I don't know.
Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan, like you can't.
You
Just
can't do that.
Tom Hanks is
You're
another
right
one.
about the male. No one would be impressed. They'd be like, okay.
It wouldn't work. It just,
Now, sending pigeons with notes, that could be impressive.
you got
Go
pigeon.
backwards.
I mean, they are going to show Napoleon another one, and that what's his face is going to be there, and he's not even short. So that was another thing. But okay, boss lady, go. You do your exit. Go ahead and talk about what you're going to be at, what Ryan stuff's coming out, all that other good stuff.
Okay, so Ryan will be in New York. I was going to go, but because we have this new place, I am going to be really busy here.
Yeah.
We are launching Con Artist for Kickstarter this month. We just finished with our new book, Sarah from the Seven. We have a crap ton of like variant covers coming. I know Ryan has like 10 variants for New York, 5 of them with Marat.
We do work well together.
I know, right? That's because they're both money horses and like fucking workhorses.
They're such hustlers.
They are. I love them for it. It's just they're fucking busy all the time. Yeah, they don't like Marat. Like Ryan doesn't take breaks unless I'm like, yo, can we like leave and do something that's not related to our work, please?
Yeah, I'm like, have
Like,
you
go
eaten?
watch a game or a drink or something.
Yeah.
I should hopefully start traveling again next year. It'll be a little bit easier now that my kids are gonna be older and one will be driving, so it'll be easier. If something happens, they'll be able to get places on their own where I don't have to stress as much.
Yay.
Yeah. And we're hoping to do some fun little things here at our warehouse now and have like live whatnot signings and shows with friends. Yes, Marat better be one of them. But to do that kind of stuff and just, kick ass
That's awesome.
and run shit. Like that's the goal.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
All right.
Caesar, you're the last.
Yeah. Well, first of all, ladies, thank you so much. This was fun. This is one of our funnest shows where we really just shoot the shit.
I
and
love this.
we covered a lot of things that we weren't really planning.
Actually, honestly, this is
So
like
many
genre.
things.
Actually, we covered all the things.
One question.
We covered so many things except for like the comic stuff. It's like,
I
We covered everything.
I'm married to one. I'm engaged to one. I don't care anymore. Let's talk about the Leatherface.
Oh, that was
So
a good
it's-
topic, though. And then we went from rape scenes to story, and then went to princesses, like all in 3 seconds. I think what's the name?
Don't pick up
Yep.
dollars from your windshield. It got pretty dark. And then
on
And
high
then
on-
Christmas.
on-
I mean,
but thank you guys. You guys can find me on the Instagrams, the Real Dracula's Wolf. right
I
there.
love that
And
handle.
if you guys, once again, if you guys are looking for the voiceovers, people are hitting me up to do their voiceovers for their movie reels. I mean, for their live sale reels. So I've been doing that. I like to have the tendency to follow the people who are our guests. So Shannon, I just sent you a friend request.
Oh,
Amanda sent you one as well. So
Thanks.
just let you guys know.
okay.
And next week we're gonna have another fun show. And once again,
Gonna be
I appreciate you guys. And now we're looking forward to seeing you guys and talk Christmas in
I
December.
think that every 3 months we should at least get them. At least try to get them every 3 months. Do these
Sure, why
movie
not?
reviews, right?
Yeah.
Just to have this.
Yes.
You know, we're gonna have to give you guys homework. Like you're gonna have to watch.
That'll be fun. I mean, honestly, because this was real fun and having a great conversation about other stuff. We do talk about comics, but we want to expand on everything else. Today was like one of our like non-comic talks on the comic show, so it was good.
Right. And we can talk supernatural stuff and ghosts and all that stuff. Oh,
Because-
fucking
I
day
love
long.
that. I love you guys. This I'm like,
Because we have
we
this
all
name-
just become best friends. I'm so
course.
excited.
What's the name of that show that's supernatural, right? That show we should have talked about too.
I mean, I've watched every single season since the day it came out, and I'm like,
I have not. I've seen like so Ryan put it on in the background, and like when I would come and work in the basement, I would watch it and see it, and I'm like, okay, that's cool, whatever. But I haven't. No, I didn't binge
Yeah,
watch
me-
it.
And we
me-
didn't even touch the topic of zombies.
oh, I
We did
love
not.
zombies.
You know what I mean? So
We did not.
Can I ask one question?
go ahead.
Yes, Dale, go
The
ahead.
zombie apocalypse, what is your weapon of choice?
Oh, my sword.
Flamethrower.
Yes, me and
That's-
Shannon are best
that's-
friends.
I got plenty of swords I could choose from, so I'm
I,
good.
I would go with sword too because
Oh.
you can keep on doing it over and over again.
Del, what'd you say?
A sword because you can keep on going back and over. You know what I mean? Like
Flamethrower.
how long is it gonna last?
Yeah, but
though?
you run out of gas though. If you run out
Yeah.
of the tank, you're screwed. Unless you hit them over the head with the thing, then.
What do you mean a tank, man? I'm attaching that shit to a gas station.
I heard last stance is with
That's
a
funny.
no sword.
I
Yes, I
love
do.
it.
I'm gonna do it right. We're going to
Yeah.
the gas station. I'm hooking up and it's on.
You know what? You always talk about prepping. You know how would you prep for the end of the world? You know what I mean? That's another topic we can touch with the
Oh
zombies
my gosh.
because
I have so many ideas.
Mandy's like, let me show you to my bunker.
Yeah.
Follow along. Yeah.
Oh, my dad's a prepper. He's completely
I used to love
from
that
an
show on Netflix.
ex-military family. Like he's
Oh.
he's looking at bunkers currently.
Everyone going to Mandy's house. with
In
the bombs on the
Arizona, it's a
apocalypse.
thing because of like where they did all the bomb stuff. They're building
Yeah.
bunkers out there that you can buy that will last you like up to a year or two with supplies in them. It's
And they're
fucking
fancy. They have like pool tables
Oh fuck yeah, they're
I-
nice.
and stuff.
See how,
You get
see how
water
real
and-
quick. We talk about something real quick, and this can go anywhere.
I
So-
apologize to your
No,
viewers. Yes,
it's awesome. I'm just showing
Sorry.
you the possibilities of our next show. Pretty much, it's like we're gonna have a conversation. It's not gonna be comics. I don't know. Honestly, we're gonna have to do some homework on what we're gonna have to talk about because we have to do reviews for none. That's for sure.
Yep.
I know-
Absolutely.
But with that being said, I'm gonna. It's already hit the 2-hour mark. Next week we do have Sean Kirkham from CEO of Skybound, which is working with Invincible. Invincible 2 is coming out this year. That's another thing we can talk about. Ryan Ollie, and then
Love Ryan.
we haven't seen another topic we could talk about because that was a great season. The first time, let's see how this goes for this year.
Yeah.
But with that being said, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. It's been a great show. We're gonna have him on again because we need to, and we'll see if we can do it in like an every 3 months situation. But guys, see you next week. Bye.
Thanks, you guys. Have
Bye.
fun.